Has this been a good show? Yes. Has this been a great show? Absolutely. But now, it's even better. That's right. That's right. We have more celebrities for you today, and we welcome you to participate. That's right. If you want to show us what you got, be on the show. You can participate too. That's right, we're using guest star. And we're picking people from the audience to come on and be guest stars. Welcome everybody. I'm glad you got here early. Always good to see everybody. Yes. Welcome friends. A lot of new faces in the audience. Thank you for the follows. I have a feeling some of you might be here to cheer on your favorite streamers, and that's right. We have a lot of streamers coming on today. Today's show is packed full of Twitch streamers. In previous shows, our celebrities have been all over the place, but today's show are the twitchiest of the witchiest, the streamiest and the dreamiest. Today, we're giving it up for the Twitch streamers. Yes, everyone you see on today's show is either a full-time Twitch streamer or a celebrity that's a part-time Twitch streamer. Yes, you are gonna see some of the best of the best. I can't wait to show you who we got and for them to show us. You know what we want them to show us. Show me what you got! Yes! Yes! I am pumped for today's show. I am pumped for my guest today. And I can't hold it together for too long. I can't hold it together for too long. I am too excited. Let's get it going. Let's get it started. Let's start bringing our guests on. Yes! All right. As always, we are using guest star today. That makes it easy. Soma Green, how are you able to have more than 10 people on your show with such ease of transition? Degrees and years of training, but mostly guest star. All right, our first guest coming on today. You may recognize her from her Twitch streaming. You might recognize her as one of Froggy's friends. Either way, we're gonna recognize her together. Please let everyone know, who are you and can you please show me what you got? Oh, there we go. a little switching, and we took care of it. All right. Let's see if we can hear you now. There we go. Who are you and what have you got?
All right, can you... Oh, who am I? Oh, me. Hi.
There we go. Now we got you. We got you,
I'm
Analog.
Amber, a variety streamer here on Twitch, and I am so excited to show you what I got, Soma.
Oh my goodness, I cannot wait to see. What have you got?
Okay, So there's a little bit of a story. I gotta tell it's story time first.
All right.
So when I was younger, my grandparents had a picture of myself and my brother on the wall, you know, like grandparents do, right?
Mm-hmm.
And when I was younger, I was deathly afraid of getting my picture taken. So every time I would get my picture taken, I would cry. and so there are very many pictures of me as a young child crying, including professionally done pictures. So my grandparents had a professionally done picture of me and my brother looking very cute and smiling, and I am bawling my eyes out. And so the only way that they could get me to actually take the picture was to hold my favorite stuffed Ninja Turtle. Right?
Yes.
So unfortunately, I don't have the picture to show you all, which I would love to do. But because I lost the Ninja Turtle when I was younger, last year for Christmas, my mom bought me a Ninja Turtle, like a copy, a replica from 1991
What?
of the Ninja Turtle.
Is that Michelangelo?
So here is, let me back up. It is Michelangelo. This is from, I'm not going to be able to show you the tag, but it is from, the tag says 1989.
Nice.
So old as dirt.
Are you sure that's a replica? It might be original.
This is, and maybe she found, she called some people and got her stuff together, but this is exactly like the one that I had.
I love it. It is perfect. It is great. It is great.
Yeah, it's
well, and maybe we can recreate
one of the best things that I've ever gotten.
We can recreate the picture that you would have had with you and your brother. We'll do it first with you. I'll be your brother.
So it's like,
I love it. Somebody get a screenshot of that. I'll post it later. You'll see. I love it. That's great. So not only a cool character, but a comfort stuffed animal too.
Yeah, absolutely. And Ninja Turtles was my favorite growing up. So I had lots of different Ninja Turtle things, but this was the memory of the picture, the hilarious picture on the wall, and then having like the turtle again was just really nice.
Yes.
And it usually sits behind me when I'm streaming. So if you come to my stream, try to peek it.
Yeah. Speaking of your stream, tell me a little bit about your stream on Twitch, what you stream, what your vibe is like on there if we haven't already been there, which shout out, we should definitely follow Miss Analog Amber. Here we go.
Yeah, so I stream variety, so lots of different kind of things. A lot of story type games. I was playing through recently I played through Until Dawn in the Quarry, so trying to keep some people alive, which was really, really great.
Yes.
I've played through a lot of difficult games like Cuphead, was able to beat that one on stream. That was really great. And really just kind of like whatever the vibe is, we kind of just go with the flow that way. I am also a charity streamer, so we do lots of giving back to the community and organizations throughout the year.
Yeah. And are you going to be playing, you mentioned that you played The Quarry, which I thought was a really good game. Are you going to play The Devil in Me that comes out today, actually? Today-ish, tomorrow-ish?
Yeah. I probably will wait a little bit because I'm taking a little bit of a break for holiday coming up, but I plan on playing that really, really soon. I'm really excited.
Yeah, well, I can't wait to watch you once you do play that. I know we're playing that on my stream, definitely. I already planned out some cosplays for that, believe it or not. I got way too into the quarry. What did you think of the quarry?
Oh my gosh, it was like an emotional roller coaster with the characters because I played until dawn, right? And I feel like those characters were very one-dimensional, unlikable. But the characters that I dislike at the beginning of the quarry, I ended up kind of liking at the end. So I was like, all right, you got me.
I noticed the difference in the character development too throughout your choices. Like with Until Dawn, I felt like it was the same character no matter what. But I remember the first playthrough, I liked the Ryan character, and then the second playthrough, I hated him because I made him useless, and he's just really unlikable. If he's like not helping people out, they make him like the worst character. Are you more of a trying to save everyone, or are you a kill everyone style?
Well, I had one particular character that I was trying to kill. It was Emma. And I ended up doing some things with her in the story that she was kind of like a baddie. You know what I mean? Like I kind of was like, ooh, I don't know if I can kill her because I don't think she would die. I think she's like too stubborn to die. So I ended up trying to save everybody. I wasn't successful, but I did pretty good for my first run.
Yeah. No, my first run through, I didn't try to kill her. I tried to save everyone, and she died the first time I did it. But the second run through, they let you do the reverse thing. So I was able to save her the second time. And then the third time I went through and tried to kill as many of the characters as I possibly could. It's actually harder. Like, some of them you can't kill.
Maybe I need to...
Well, and then sometimes you're, like, trying to... You don't know which choice makes you kill the character. So you're like, okay, do I shoot him now, or do I need him alive so he can kill somebody else later, and then I shoot him? You know? Like...
Yeah, and there was a moment with one of the QTEs where I succeeded the QTE, but it did something very violent and unexpected to one of the smaller characters.
I think I know what you're talking about, yes.
I just stared into the camera and I was like, but I succeeded the QTE!
Well, the funny part about one of those parts is I think it's something you did earlier in the game that does that, because there was one, I think I know what you're talking about. There was one character when I was trying to not kill everyone that you couldn't not shoot her. I was just like, oh my God, what am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? And you just keep replaying it over and over again, and you're like, what am I doing? There's nothing. You've already failed. If you're there, you've already failed. You can't.
Yeah, I shot at characters' face. And I was like,
it's such a calming like camp story for a bit too. Like the beginning of it, I'm like, oh man, it's one of those summer camp movies, and I'm like, I'm gonna want to kill all the characters. But it wasn't that bad. So, but you do a lot of charity streams, and I do know you have one charity campaign coming up in December that we're excited for. Would you like to speak a little bit about that?
Yeah. So this is my third year streaming in December, and every year I've done something that where I give back to my community called Streammas. So I stream for 12 days in a row, and we'll often do incentives and giveaways during that time, just sort of as an end of the year thank you to my community for being so supportive throughout the year. And this year I am going to be participating in Project Hopemas, and they're an organization that does a lot of relief internationally during like war and hurricanes and times of crises. So I am going to mix my Streammas with Project Hopemas this year, and give back to my community while collecting money for charity. So I haven't released a lot of details yet. It's still sort of under wraps, but I heard that maybe you're gonna hear it here, Soma. Don't tell anybody, okay? This is secret, top secret. Don't tell anybody. I hear for every $100 that we hit on our Project Hope Miss campaign, something really cool might happen for the community.
Ooh. Oh, I can't wait to see. Definitely give Analog a follow so we can see, so we can find out. This is coming faster than you think, folks. You know, December is only a couple of weeks away, maybe less than that. I have a hard time keeping track of time. So keep an eye out for that. Malix, thank you so much for the resub. Thank you. Anything else that you'd like to add about yourself, your stream, or anything that you have coming up?
I just encourage everyone to find a way to give back, whether it's through giving during this kind of time of year where it's pretty important to give. Whether you can do it monetarily, whether you can do it by reaching out to someone that you know, whether you can do it just by sharing your time with somebody else. Do something kind for somebody else this end of the year, and don't forget to save some of that kindness for yourself.
Yes. Love yourself like we love you, and we all love Analog Amber. Thank you so much for coming on the show and for showing us what you got. Thank you so much. Bye. Thank you. That was Analog Amber on the show. Always a good time. Always a good guest. Always a good showing. Yes. But speaking of giving to yourself and giving to others, we are still doing a giveaway. And if you'd like, since Froggy and I were working with a giving organization that gives away plush toys to kids in crisis, I'm going to give you a couple of options. If you win today, you could win a Froggy. But you could also give it away. That's right. We are doing a giveaway. It's kind of like the other ones we've done so far. This time, you don't even have to vote. Just go into my Discord. There's a room called Show Me What You Got. Say, I want a Froggy, or give me a Froggy, or something about a Froggy. And you could win a Froggy. It's that simple. I'm also giving away t-shirts. If you'd prefer a t-shirt, tell me you want the t-shirt. Yeah. The official Show Me What You Got merch t-shirt to commemorate your time watching this show and seeing the things that these people have to show. Up next, we have another shower who's going to show us how it's done, that we're bringing on the show. Thank you, Poovertoss, for the bits. You will probably recognize this Twitch streamer, especially if you're into Dead by Daylight. Yes. She is well known on the Dead by Daylight scene. And then other scenes too. Let's welcome her on the show. Will you please tell us, who are you and will you show me what you got? There we go. Now we got you.
Hi, welcome. Is everything okay? Do you hear me?
Yes, I hear you.
Hi, how you doing?
I am doing really good. Why don't you introduce yourself to the audience
Yes.
real quick here? Yeah.
Absolutely. I know that my name is a puzzle for quite some people. So my name is Berarine TV at the end. I am a Romanian Dead by Daylight content creator and cosplayer, and I'm super excited to be here with you guys tonight.
Yes. I have seen some of your work. We were on a co-stream way back when for Dead by Daylight. I was one of the absolute noobs. They let some noobs play, so I was one of them. I held my own though. I did okay, guys. I was
You
not
are amazing.
I was not the worst, and that was my goal. So that's all I
I was
can
the
ask.
worst.
No way. But
Yeah,
what,
like I remember fondly when we first met. So
Oh!
I recall that. Yes, you were absolutely wonderful. Like you did amazing.
oh,
I
thank
hope
you
you're
so
still
much.
playing.
I fell out of it a little bit because it is a little bit of an intimidating game. But I feel like we should get a group together and do another co-stream sometime
Absolutely.
where we all play,
Yes.
especially before Silent Hill comes out, because I feel like that might be fun to get a group cosplay together. Because I know some of us already have some Silent Hill cosplays, including you, even
Yes.
perhaps.
Oh, you're absolutely right. How did you know?
Good guess, I guess. Good guess.
Absolutely. So I have something interesting to show you guys tonight for what I got. As you can see behind me, I have a ton of cosplay props that I have curated myself. Some are handmade, some are partially 3D printed, and I have everything that you see behind me that's Dead by Daylight related is 100% made by me. From the design, from the printing stages, the the project making, and of course hand painting. I also create my own costumes when it comes to fabrics and everything, like hands-on and all of that. And for today, I have to show you that I got a pyramid head cosplay right here.
Wow.
This is what I want to show you guys, and not exactly the entire thing, because what I have done manually, this is absolutely 100% handmade, and I cannot wait to tell you about it all, is the helmet and the skirt, which was not too much of a big deal. So let me just, like that.
Look at this. Look at this, guys. Look at this.
It's 100% wearable. I mean,
Amazing.
it needs a little bit of a protection for the head because, and this is where I wanted to get into it. The helmet is created partially from cardboard, as you can see on the inside here. And the inserts on the top here are all metal inserts, which, because I've done this cosplay back in, I think it was May, they have, because due to the weight, they have slid down. And now when you wear it, they can sometimes like pinch you.
Oh no.
So be careful, like cautious whenever you're handling this bad boy. And everything has been handled manually, like the buttons over here, absolutely like everything. This is probably the proudest I've ever been of a cosplay. Like, just look at this thing.
Yeah, it is.
I'm just like the boy with the corn song, but like about this helmet. Literally, like just look at it. It's magnificent. I'm so proud.
I absolutely love it. Pyramid Head is, just an epic character and something that just strikes fear. And I love the idea of the, kind of sexy pyramid head, or the pyramid head that kind of represents like you in some way. For people who don't know who Pyramid Head is, could you tell us a little bit about what the deal is?
Absolutely. I personally I have to admit, I have not played the games myself. I am a huge fan of the realm instead. I have watched the movies, and of course, Pyramid Head is now a Dead by Daylight character alongside with Cheryl Mason, which is the survivor. Pyramid Head is the killer. They are kind of going head to head. And of course, against other 3 survivors. It's a 4 versus 1. There's 1 killer, 4 survivors. So Pyramid Head is this figure of judgment, practically someone that is going to judge you for all of your sins and is going to come after you once you... Yeah. So if you're going to do anything naughty, this guy's going to come for you, basically. But he is tied directly to another character from the Silent Hill franchise. And we see him coming here and there, and there's a depth to the character, definitely. It's something that is worth getting into. I love it. I'm fascinated about it. It's very dark, it's mysterious, it's eccentric some ways, and I strongly encourage everyone who has maybe never heard of Silent Hill to look into it.
Yeah. Well, it's fun that they use characters, especially like classic horror characters or characters that resonate with people. And the idea of Pyramid Head is very like, it's supposed to be tied to like you were saying, the evilness of like within yourself. You're facing kind of your own demons, or that one's coming for you. So that's why it's extra fun that she has this representation that's like an evil lady. So like that's who I would picture, like if you were running around Silent Hill, that's who would be chasing you primarily, or coming for you slowly in the distance. So
yes, absolutely.
Yes. But they have a lot of the classic characters in Dead by Daylight.
Oh, absolutely. Dead by Daylight has been, how I like to say it, like they've brought their own chair to the table, to the horror genre of games. It's a survival game. And one of the first horror icons that they brought to the game, and it was pretty recently after the launch, was Michael Myers from Halloween, alongside with, of course, Laurie Strode. And if you're going to take up on Dead by Daylight, you're going to also meet Freddy Krueger alongside Quentin Smith, or the pig, Amanda Young from Saw. We have Nemesis. We have Albert Wesker from Resident Evil. We have Bill from Left 4 Dead. There's just so many people in there right now. Like, I'm just probably missing so many. Pinhead. I mean, if I'm really going to go there, I'm going to also show you my box.
Oh, here we go.
You don't want to open this. Again, Pinhead is also a similar character. He just enjoys pain and suffering. It brings him joy. So this is another 3D printed prop that I've made, and I'm extremely proud of how it came out. It's hand painted and it's sloppy at places, but I like it. It's mine.
Great. Oh, I love it. You have a lot of props, and you've done a lot of cosplays, especially like in this genre.
Yes.
Like
I am trying to focus mainly on Dead by Daylight characters, and of course the licenses that come with it.
And they release new characters constantly, so there's always new things for you to try.
Abundant.
Lordy.
Of characters. We're actually having a new launch. Dead by Daylight is having a new launch, a new chapter with, again, a killer and a survivor. They always try to do this kind of killer and survivor pairings with their DLCs, and it's happening next Tuesday. So,
do they let you know beforehand, like who the new characters are going to be, or do people always try to guess?
There's a PTB, but that's happening before. It's a public test build, so people can play and test the characters before they're released, so they can signal if there's any bugs, if there's anything wrong with how they're working. But prior to the PTB, there's always a lot of conspiracy, and everybody's starting to theorize, and just it's a craze, and I love it so much. It's part of the charm of the game and the community, of course.
You have listed that your channel is dedicated to fog. Can you explain that a little bit to me who might be unfamiliar with what that means?
All right, so Dead by Daylight is taking place into the fog. That's basically the realm of which this entity that it's coordinating all of these characters together and puts them through these trials is operating. So basically, you're just being dragged into the fog whenever you're starting a match.
Oh, I get it. I get it now. So you are of the fog because you are of the game and encompassed by the game. And I've noticed that you got noticed by the game a couple of times too.
Yes, I'm incredibly proud of that, and I'm always going to be talking about it whenever I have the chance.
Well, let's talk about it right now.
Yes! So I have been playing Dead by Daylight for nearly 7,000 hours. I have been, I like to consider myself a veteran at this point. I started somewhere in 2017, once with Freddy Krueger's release. That's when I bought a gaming laptop so I can run the game. I was so excited about it. I was fully committed to it. And then shortly after, I started streaming. And Dead by Daylight has been incredibly kind over the years, especially with me. They have interacted with a lot of my cosplays this particular year, and I also received a specific cosmetic. It's an exclusive cosmetic that only streamers are being gifted by Dead by Daylight itself, which is a Twitch shirt that you can equip on your characters so people know that you're a verified streamer, someone that's validated by the game itself. So I'm really, really excited. Among the cosplays that they have retweeted and they have used is counted Sadako, the original story that stands behind Samara Morgan, the Japanese true
the ring
character. Yes, that one has actually been made in 5 minutes. It was a 5-minute cosplay, literally closet cosplay. Put a wig backwards and just pop a cardboard box and then just edit it as a TV. Basically, that's all I did. And they just loved it.
Yeah.
Another character that I've made, and this one was really, really special. It's the nurse. It's also one of the original characters and killers from the game. It's very controversial right now. A lot of people are complaining about her because she's just so hard to go against. And for their 6-year anniversary, every single time for their anniversary date, they're holding this ceremony. It's a thank you for the community for being there with them. And they kind of go through what happened in the past year. And they also bring thank you to cosplayers and fan art workers. So when they opened the cosplay section, they opened it with my cosplay, and I cried. I was there and I just blacked out. I often look back at the clip to just remember and like understand what happened.
So exciting. So exciting. Yes.
Also, Albert Wesker was a huge hit with them. And another Survivor cosplay. A lot of people tell me I look like one of the survivors in the game, and I have taken that to heart. I'm extremely honored and humbled. So I have created one of her Halloween cosplays. That one was my most recent.
Is that who Kate is? Because you were saying
Yes.
a lot of people think you look like Kate. So I was gonna ask you about who Kate is. So she's one of the characters in the game too. Yeah.
Yes, she's one of the characters that I believe came out in 2018, and I hated her at the beginning.
Yeah.
I did. It's just one of those things. And then she just became fond of me. I don't know. I became fond of her, I guess. Yeah. And also this thing with like people coming in and noticing the similarity was just also something that counted, I guess.
Yeah. So the days that you're not doing an official cosplay, you can be cosplaying. I'm Kate today.
Literally.
Yes.
That's what I say. Yes.
Perfect. Yeah. Is there anything else that you'd like to mention about your stream or any events coming up that you'd like to tell us about?
Well, my stream is striving to be a positive and wholesome environment. We're trying to just focus on the good. The game is notoriously known for a lot of the competitiveness and somewhat toxicity that's coming out of the matches, but we're trying to just rise above that and spread the good word and the kindness and the wholesomeness that hides behind all of these the trials and the matches. And the community is so much more than just that. And recently, we've had so many events. Even yesterday, I co-hosted an event in within the Dead by Daylight community. We have this wonderful, amazing content creator who is advocating and trying to bring awareness for the trans community within the Dead by Daylight community, and I was a co-host for that. So that's just been absolutely wonderful. I have been doing this year charity streams, and we have raised, just this year being my first, over $6,000
Wow.
total. And Pyramid Head was actually the big prize for my very first charity stream ever. I was like, if we're going to get the goal, I'm gonna do whatever cosplay you want, and the community chose Pyramid Head.
Of course they did. That's an epic cosplay to pick. Obviously,
Yeah,
yes.
I'm so glad. Yeah.
But I have noticed that there is, you know, with any game, there's going to be some communities within it that's toxic. But I have noticed that, you know, there are groups and communities within Dead by Daylight that are the exact opposite of that.
Absolutely. The way the Dead by Daylight community manages to just come together and help one another is something that should be highlighted more often. And I'm here to do that. I'm trying to spread awareness that we are amazing.
Yes, very amazing, very positive. The times that I've played with you guys, you know, it's a great time every time. And you have a great stream. Everybody give a bear a follow. Definitely. Thank you so much for coming on the show and showing us what you got.
Thank you so much for having me. It was a pleasure.
Bye!
Bye, everyone!
There we go. Oh, sometimes it doesn't click right away. There we go. Okay, I got it. Woo! Good times. Oh, yes. Yes. There a lot of the Dead by Daylight streamers that I know personally are involved in a lot of charity. They'll do different charity streams throughout the year, so we'll get involved with that. But it's really a great group. It's really a great group. You know, the ladies who play are a lot of fun. Most of my experience is with the ladies who play. So yeah, check out the scene. You know, it's fun to get into. People get really into it. It's one of those games where that'll be, for some people, that's the same game that you play every day forever. You know, it's like a Fortnite style in that you can keep playing it, and it has, like, you know, replayability. So yeah, it's something to get into for sure. Yes. Well, I know it's been a lot already. We've been way too excited already, but there is more. We have more people coming on the show, and they're going to be showing us what they got. In addition to being amazed, bewildered, and befuddled by these amazing items and amazing people, you can be elevated in a second way. That's right. You can also win. We are doing a contest right now. That's right. Do you want a froggy? Of course you do. Everyone wants a froggy. If you want a froggy, jump in my Discord. Look for the room that says show me what you got. And say, I want a froggy. And you will be entered to win a t-shirt. No, just kidding. You'll be entered to win a froggy. But we are also giving away t-shirts. And if you would like to be on the show, you can be on the show too. We're inviting people on through Guest Star. So you can be one of my guests that is a star. Yes, we are all stars. Hey now, you're an all-star. Speaking of stars, this next star is a star like a boss. That's right. This boss is like when you're at the end of the level and they are the mega boss, the big boss at the end. When you have to use all your PSI and all your hits and attacks. That's what kind of boss we have next. Please tell everybody, who are you and can you please show me what you got? All right. Let's see which sound slot is going to work this time. I can. All right.
Excellent. All right. Hello, everyone. Thank you. That was a very good lead-in, both with the earworm and the star reference. So I'm Boss Lady B. I do mainly sci-fi space sim games, but in my real life, I'm a landscape architect. So we're going to be showing you something a little bit spicy, but we're going to keep it classy. It's important. So, Soma, are you ready to get a little spicy with me?
I am so excited. I like a little spice in my life.
So, we have today a bunch of different chili peppers.
What?
And these are all actually from my own garden. And I'm a little bit, as any collector is, I always go for kind of the crazier kinds and colors and flavors. So my collection and kind of my passion is food, heirloom, seeds, and I'm ready for the zombie apocalypse. So if the zombie apocalypse happens, come to me, I'll have your good produce. So
Nice.
Yeah, so I got into this just because I like growing food and I like growing produce, but also I really like different kind of stories behind things. So for example, one of the peppers here is the seeds were saved from a gentleman in like a Cajun community, and it was like the grandfather's seeds that eventually got to the seed company, and that's how it's available for us to buy them today. So there's a lot of stories behind each kind of flavor and different varieties, and it's really neat just to kind of follow the history, because every single thing that we eat today, our ancestors picked those things and decided that they were delicious, or maybe they had good shelf life, or different kind of reasons to get things. So yes, the zombie apocalypse isn't until Sunday. Yes, Sunday is the zombie apocalypse. Be prepared.
So does that mean that there are some seeds that would be more desirable than others because certain vegetables would be picked for different reasons?
Yeah, that's a great question, Soma. So, for example, I know tomatoes can be kind of a dicey subject. Yes, I did put a pun in there. So there's different types of tomatoes. So depending on how you want to cook or how you want to eat them, you want to get a different type. So, for example, we have this really cool variety called Amish paste. And this is like I'm putting this in a sauce kind of tomato. It doesn't have a lot of seeds. It doesn't have a lot of that squishy stuff inside. It's just a meaty tomato with a lot of flavor. So that's what you'd want. But if you're going to like put it in a BLT, you're probably going to be underwhelmed. You're going to be like, not so good. So if you're doing like fresh eating and doing a BLT, you're going to want something like a slicer tomato. And one of my favorite, this is kind of like two categories for one tomatoes, is called atomic grape. And this is like a sweet, fresh eating. You eat it and it's just like, it explodes in your mouth. It's amazing. And it's really cool colors. Again, I love things that are colorful. So yeah, that's a really good point. Like depending on what you're going to be using something for, you want to select for that.
So, you actually, in addition to being known as the boss lady on Twitch, you also are the literal boss lady as well. Like you're running your own company here.
Yeah, exactly. So I actually my gamer tag came from I started out in a construction industry, which is a mostly male industry. And my coworkers would call me Patrona, which in Spanish means boss lady. So they'd always be like, "Hey, boss lady, how you doing?" And I was like, that's kind of catchy, boss lady. I like it. So I actually started my own company about 5 years ago. I'm a landscape architect. So I do everything outside. I design everything outside of the buildings. So everything from like kitchenettes to pergolas to fire pits to stairs to pool. Well, I don't really design pools. I put a place where the pool goes, and then the pool guys, they do the pool install. But of course, one of my favorite things to do is throw in edibles into the ornamental landscaping or do vegetable gardens and things like that. So yeah, I'm my own boss. It is terrifying and fantastic and amazing. And it's an incredible opportunity, but there's definitely days where I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna go work at McDonald's because at least I know I'm gonna get paid.
You're double doing that too, because Twitch is kind of the same deal. So you're kind of like up in the air for both businesses.
Yeah, wow. Exactly.
Respect.
And with the pandemic, it was great for both businesses. And now that we're all able to get back out into the world, everybody's like, no, I don't need to be on Twitch. No, I don't need to pay attention to my landscape. And I'm like, oh gosh, come back.
Yeah. Are there certain landscaping elements? Because you mentioned that you can sometimes put in stuff that can also double as like food that you can eat. Are there some, like for someone maybe like me who's, would be kind of new to all of that, what would you do to my yard, especially if I was interested in stuff that I could also eat possibly?
Yeah, that's a good point. So some of the things, because I have a lot of people always say, oh, I have a black thumb, I'm going to kill everything. So there's a couple plants, it all depends on where your growing zone is, but some pretty hardy plants that are difficult to kill are, so sunflowers are fun because you plant them each year, they come up, they're beautiful, you can eat the seeds. Another really good thing is the tomatoes, depending, but if you're far north, not so good. But things that stay in the landscape year round, blueberries. There's both like an evergreen blueberry bush and a deciduous blueberry bush, and that's fantastic because it's always going to be in your yard and it's pretty hard to kill. And then any sort of fruit tree is a pretty good way to go because it'll just stay year round. It looks nice, you get the fruit, and you don't really have to do too much to it the rest of the time. Grapes are good too. Yeah, grapes are fantastic.
Tell me a little bit about the space simulation games.
Oh, yes. So there are 2 warring space simulation games. If you guys have never heard of this corner of Twitch, I'll give you the down low on it. So there's a game called Elite Dangerous, and I'm part of their partner program. I've worked with them a lot in the past. I've streamed 6,000 hours of Elite Dangerous. Basically, you are plopped into a 1-to-1 ratio galaxy. You can literally fly to the center of our galaxy. You can fly to see the Sol system. You can fly all over. So you're a pilot who gets dropped into the middle of this gigantic universe. And it's fantastic. It's wonderful. There's all sorts of things that you can do in there. And then on the other hand, there's this other in pre-release form game called Star Citizen, where you're on foot. You're really immersed into this futuristic world where spaceflight is possible and you're in one system. And there's all this stuff you can do. So whether or not which side you're on, I enjoy playing both. And it's really fun just to be... It's a wonderful, amazing community of people in both worlds, but it's a beautiful thing to go out and fly and see a nebula or see a black hole, or it kind of combines that love of science and that love of gaming. And we run a virtual bar, so we're a little bit more body than some of the others. So sometimes some of the sim community, you guys are fantastic, but you can get a little bit technical. We have a little more playful atmosphere in my stream, so we make space kind of... It's like a space booze cruise. That's basically what our stream is.
I love it. And see, we get the people who clock the real hours, ladies and gentlemen. Yes. The streamers that are streaming that game and that game and that game and clocking all the hours, we have them on this show. That's who we get. What would you say to somebody who's like jumping into it for the first time, or they're like any little tips or tricks that you would recommend to people, or if somebody wanted to find your world or their friends in the world, how do they go about that?
Yes. Now, this is the scariest part of getting into any simulation game is how overwhelming it can seem, because there is so much detail and so much realism, whether it's farm sim, whether it's the space sim. So what I would say is have fun with it. Don't try and learn it all at the same time. Just pick one thing. Find a cool group of people to hang out with, especially on Twitch. It makes it a lot nicer, a lot more fun to play around. If you find a good group of people that you're hanging with, you can ask them questions. So part of what we do is if anybody's new and if you want to learn these games, drop on in. There's no dumb questions. We are happy to teach you the basics of, how not to die, or,
Yes.
little ways to do things with your ships. And yeah.
Great. So I know in December you are doing a fundraiser where you're raising money. Could you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, exactly. So there's this beautiful organization called Special Effects. And what they do is they help connect people who have disabilities or both physical and mental to connect with games. And their focus especially is on younger children, to be able to help them be kind of escape from what's going on in their physical world and be able to be equal with their siblings or other kids, and to kind of get lost in this wonderful gaming universe. So what we're doing this year to help raise money for Special Effects is there's a whole group of Elite Dangerous commanders and some really talented people who are musicians and artists who are putting together this project. I don't know that the official announcements come out, but we're going to be doing something that's going to be fantastic. And everybody, just like your show, everybody's going to be able to contribute, and it's going to be a train wreck, but it's going to be fantastic. So we're going to be raising money. I'll know more whether we're going to do an actual streamathon or whether it's just going to be kind of an offline. I'm sure it's going to be both, but as that comes out, I'll put more information out.
Yes, we love the pre-announcements, and we will be keeping an eye out for that, and we will be following your channel. Everybody give Boss Lady, before we forget, don't forget to follow her as well. But I'm seeing that you have a lot of different seed related things around you right now. Are there any other aspects that you'd like to have us take a little gander at?
I was just gonna say, so this is one of those things that got me into how amazing saving seeds is.
Yeah.
So I always like to show, if you have a cob of corn, because we all have corn in our lives in one way or another, right? So either fresh or not fresh. So you have a whole cob of corn, right? And you see how many kernels are on this cob? You take off one kernel, right? And this little tiny kernel starts an entire plant. And on that plant, you're going to get 5 to 10 more cobs. So it's this beautiful thing of bounty. And I think a lot of times when we think about food, we think about food scarcity. And there's this beautiful thing of, if we can grow our own food, or if we can start thinking about it in this perspective, you're always going to have more. And that to me was just one of those things where it just mind blown, oh, this tiny little seed here over time could end up being a whole supply of food. And it's just, that to me is a lot of power, and it's really amazing and incredible. And there's a lot of community context into that, and community involvement that goes into the idea of food bounty and growing from there. So that's kind of the biggest message I want to leave as far as all this is concerned.
All right. Well, thank you so much for coming on the show. Thank you for showing us all these awesome things that, now I feel slightly inspired that I might be able to grow something,
Mm-hmm.
Getting ready to have it happen. Is there anything else that you'd like to add before we say goodbye?
Well, thank you so much for having me on your show. It was really fun to get to show off. And it's really amazing to see all these other incredible people who you've brought into your community. And so I'm looking forward to going back to being a viewer and getting to meet more people and seeing what they've got.
All right. Well, thank you so much for showing us what you got. Everybody give Boss Lady B a follow. Thank you. Bye. All right. And switch it out. As easy as that. That's right, because we use guest star. So I just put people in and take them out again. That easy, right? Soma Green, how? How do you have 10 people on your show? How? How can I organize something of this level? Guest star. That's how. We use guest star. If you want to be a guest star on the show, guest star. But you don't have to be a guest to win. All you have to do is want it. That's right. We are giving away froggies. That's right. And the coveted Show Me What You Got t-shirt. You want that froggy? You want that t-shirt? All you got to do is go into the Discord. There's a room called Show Me What You Got. You say, I want a froggy, or give me a froggy, or something about a froggy. And you'll be entered to win. That simple, that easy. Winners will be picked by next Wednesday. So even if you're watching this VOD, you still have time to win. Yeah. And not a lot of people enter, so your chances are pretty good. Yes. Now, our next guest. You have probably seen on Twitch before. I know those of you who watch my show have definitely seen this guest before, because we watched this next guest on the main stage of TwitchCon performing. So, if you will please tell us who you are and show me what you got.
I this is the first time using guest star. I didn't know I was even live. I was just on my phone.
You got it to work. It's that easy. You know, it's a lot easier than trying to explain to people how Discord works. So
Very, very, very. Yeah, we got right there. We're right here. We're on. I'm so excited. Thank you for having me.
thank you for being on. Drag Trashly, who are you?
Oh, hi. I'm Drag Trashly, here because I garbage can entertain you. And I'm a Twitch streamer, Twitch variety streamer, but I play mostly Dead by Daylight. We do some GTRP, we do some horror games, we do fun games. I just played City Bus Manager. I just do whatever I want, pretty much. But a lot of Dead by Daylight.
Oh yes. And I've seen some of your cosplays for Dead by Daylight. You know, literally gagging because some of them are so terrifying. I'm puking in my mouth a little bit with some of the looks, with the horror figures, the scary ones. You know, you have quite a range. Definitely check out Drag Trashly's drag. Amazing stuff. But what do you have to show for us today?
Well, I thought, so I love fast food, especially this particular type of fast food. And the holiday season is coming, so I decided to bring this vintage 1997 Taco Bell Chihuahua. Yo quiero Taco Bell. I honestly didn't know what to bring.
Oh! No, I know the 90s nostalgia people are going nuts right now. They know, they already want to know if it talks. They already know what it is. They're already excited.
The voice box does not work. I'm so sorry. It's been in a box for I don't know how long, and I went to go find something. What's something interesting I could bring? I don't have anything. Look at me, nothing to show. And so I was like, I should bring something that I don't know, something that says something about me, and like I said, it's the holiday season, so yeah, that's why I picked this little guy.
Well, I feel like you could just show up, and that would be the showing. Just.
Well, I was thinking about like showing off a wig, and I'm like, well, I'm wearing a wig, so that's not going to be like, it'll be like wigception, or like an outfit, but I'm like, I'm also just wearing an outfit, so I thought this was the perfect little guy. He's cute. I, for some reason, have kept him this long, and so he means a lot to me, I guess. Now he does.
Yeah, now he's been here for you for this wonderful moment in your life. A lot of people give me a little bit of a hard time about how many different outfits I have. I imagine you must have way more even.
I don't think it's a competition, but
well, it is. How many do you have?
I pretty much stream. Oh, I have no idea. I pretty much stream from a drag closet. Like this is technically a bedroom, but I think the apartment building just put a wall up and was like, it's 2 bedrooms now, and so it's a very small bedroom, like the size of a large walk-in closet. So that's where I stream from. This is where all my drag is. And yeah, I have a lot of different outfits, a lot of different looks. I need to go through some of it, because some of it I haven't worn in a while. Sometimes I'm like looking for something and I'm like, I want these these like pink little cat furry ears that are little clip-ins, and I like, where are they? I have no idea, and it will take me 3 hours to find them.
Oh no. I would love to go in and organize your closet. That's my thing, is like, putting it all into sections like you're in a department store or something.
That would be nice. Show me what you got. Please come over. I will fly you out here.
I'll be like, all right, this is your hot topic section. This is Y2K. This is
hot topic section.
Yeah.
Right, no, like the scary, like, kind of more grungy goth section. Then you have the pretty sparklies. I get you. I hear you.
Well, originally I had kind of like the Lolita and Gothic Lolita and the NYC stuff. And then I was just like, you know what? I'm just going to make a Hot Topic section. And then I can just put all of that clothes into one section, and it can be less confusing for me.
Interesting. See,
Yeah.
this is how I organize. By frequency. If things that I know I'm gonna wear a lot, they're on this little hook. Things that are like big outfits that I'm not gonna take out for a Twitch stream and only like special events, they're in this little closet over here. Then I have like a drawer full of like unstyled wigs and like outfits that I can fold that I can just throw in the dryer if I need to put them on. They're usually stretchy and I don't have to worry about wrinkles too much. And then like all my bras that I constantly lose. Constantly. I've lost over, I don't know where they are, and I'm not even joking. I've lost 4 strapless bras, and I don't know why. I have to keep getting more. I don't know why it's the strapless ones. I just think like the lack of straps means they can escape.
They're probably like in the bottom of your underwear drawer. Well, like whenever I have like little shirts that are missing, that's where they are. That's where they are.
They're gone.
They're in your sock drawer.
R.I.P. my strapless bras. I think I literally don't know. I did find one recently, and it was like with my regular, like my daily clothes laundry. So I'm not sure how it got there. Because it's separate lives. I wear like boy clothes normally, so I have like I don't even have like I guess underwear other than bras, so it's not like it's just bras. Yeah. For those of you who are unaware, this is drag, so this is a full drag look.
Yes, yes.
Yes,
And
yes. Drag isn't that far from cosplay. It's just
Yeah.
a hop, skip, and a jump, and you're basically doing drag already.
Yeah.
You're changing yourself. You're wearing a lot of makeup. You're wearing wigs. It's pretty much the same.
Yeah, like what I do is drag adjacent. Like the outfits that I wear on stream, I would never wear in public because I'm always trying to blend in as much as possible in public. So I imagine a lot of people don't even think of that. You have two completely different wardrobes.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. And one is very lacking. Let's say. One is hoodies and t-shirts. That's about it. And jeans.
Yeah.
Graphic tees, hoodies, and jeans.
Yes. Yes.
And then,
yes.
just some furs, some sparkles, a lot of wigs.
Do you do the full drag every time you're Twitch streaming?
Not every time. So I actually have my out of drag. I have an out of drag character named Jake Fortnite.
Okay.
He's an esports champion he might be retired at this point. But he's very, very hype, very esports. I actually have different branding on my channel, like when Jake Fortnite's live versus when Trashly is live. So not every time. Usually about once or twice a week, I'll stream as Jake Fortnite.
Nice. I like
It's
it.
a lot of makeup. It's a lot of makeup. My skin needs a break sometimes.
Oh yeah.
And,
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's your hardest look to put together, or one of the hardest ones?
I think it depends on how much I'm doing. So like a lot of the stuff I recently went to TwitchCon and I decided to commission a lot of my stuff, and that was easy. I mean everything was late, so that was stressful. But other than I didn't have to do anything except pay money.
Yeah.
And that was nice. But before that, for PAX East, I decided to make this big puffy Kirby look with all this tulle, and it was I think 200 yards of tulle. I don't know if I'm exaggerating or underestimating. It was so much tulle that I had to gather, and it took me hours just gathering it, and then sewing it around into this big puff loofah. I was basically a loofah.
Yes.
And,
Yes.
So that was very difficult because I made it.
Think ballerina.
Yeah, like a full if a ballerina, if I ate several ballerinas and I katamari'd an entire company of ballerinas, then that's kind of what I looked like.
Right up Kirby's alley too.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I could just inhale them.
Yes.
So yeah, I think it depends. So
Yeah.
I think in terms of makeup, whenever I use prosthetics, that takes a lot longer to do. And so those are a little bit more difficult, but those are more fun.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah. I saw one where you were like a tree or something one time.
Oh,
It
the hag?
branches. Yeah.
Yeah, the hag from Dead by Daylight.
Yeah.
That took some time because I had to make the headpiece. But my boyfriend helped me with that. So he's really good at making cosplay stuff. And so sometimes I do outsource to him. But he helped me with that. But yeah, that did take time.
Yeah. Speaking
Oh,
of...
I made a pinhead look.
Oh, yes. We need
My
to talk
pin-
about that because everyone was going nuts about Pinhead and saying that, you got to do a
my pin
cosplay
boobs.
and you've done it. You have done it.
My pin boobs. Yeah. So that actually probably took me forever because I was looking at different tutorials online about how to do it, and so they're okay, well, you cut the two ends off of Q-tips, then you burn each end on a candle, then you flatten the candle, and you just you flatten the plastic as it's been melted, and you just do that 150 times to 200 times, and then you glue that, and oh my god, that was a lot. And then I made because I stream while I do my cosplay, I didn't want to do my makeup and have to glue 100 to 200 pins to my head. So
Yeah.
I made basically a ski mask that I could put over, that I put a bunch of little rhinestone spikes on. It was very inspired from Gottmik on Drag Race's finale look, which was Pinhead inspired. So I was that's a good idea, but I still want pin boobs.
Yes, I put a lot of the videos and the cosplays that Drag Trashly did in the Discord, so you can and also give Drag Trashly. I have such a hard time saying your name for some reason.
Drag Trashly.
You're a follow, please. Just follow her. Check out her stuff. It's all over that. Check out her Instagram too. That's where I stole most of the pictures that I used for the promotional pictures on there. Just start going through that and you will be amazed. You will be amazed. And I also shared the video. I was going to share it today, but with the tech issues, I wasn't able to. That you actually performed. You were featured on the main stage at TwitchCon. Tell us a little bit about that.
That was a lot of fun. It was kind of insane because like I don't live in San Diego, so I had to figure out like, okay, first of all, I want backup dancers because I want this to be a full out performance. I want this to be a show. I want choreography. I actually asked the producer, Jenny, I love her, and she had to put up with a lot from me. I was like, can I be brought in from the ceiling? She's like, I'm making requests like this. This is where I started.
Yes.
And I got talked down to just backup dancers. And so like I flew out on a Wednesday. The choreographer sent me choreography, like maybe a few videos of choreography sections from the song Tuesday night. So that's what I'm packing, and I'm trying to learn this choreography. I fly out Wednesday. I get to San Diego. I have to like Uber 30 minutes out to like a dance studio. We rehearse for a couple hours. Then, I did some practice in my hotel room, and then, performed Friday. There we go. That's it. Never even got to practice on the stage. And it was a lot too. And all up on this, and I know this, I'm just making this dramatic as possible, but I'm a drag queen. So, I just had surgery like on my spine.
Oh no.
Like 7 weeks prior. You can see a little scar here. There it is. 7 weeks prior to when I was going on stage. And I just got the okay from the surgeon the week before that I could actually dance. So like I was completely out of shape. I was just like, it was last minute, like throwing everything together, and I'm like, you know what? It actually was good. I was very proud of it, and yeah.
Yo, so the backup dancers were hired dancers. They looked professional. So I was like, where did they come from?
San Diego.
Yeah, San Diego.
Well, so that was a lot of drama too. Everything was drama with this. My outfit, I didn't get it till the day of, and like my the dancers I had. I was messaging. I actually went to bars, like gay bars, and was looking at drag queens. And I was like, okay, which ones look like they dance a lot? Mm-hmm. Like I looked for like dance outfits, and I messaged like 4 different drag queens on Instagram. Like, hey, you're in the San Diego area. Do you know any like dancers that you work with? And they were all very kind. All 4 of them sent me back recommendations. And this one guy, Jordan, was recommended by 2 of them. So I messaged Jordan. He was like, yeah, I'll choreograph it, and I have a friend I can bring as well. And so that's kind of how it worked. I'm surprised it did work.
Well, you looked great, and it all came together, so it looked really good. Did you enjoy TwitchCon overall? Did you get to like do anything else within your time there, or were you just performing and then out?
I was there 2 days afterwards as well. Mm-hmm. It was a lot of fun. I went to a lot of different I went to like a TikTok brunch. I went and watched my stream queen sister Deer had like a makeup tutorial where she was putting drag makeup on Casey Tron. I attended a lot of things. I went to a lot of parties. It was a good time. Were you there? Were you at TwitchCon?
No, I didn't go this year. Yeah, I didn't end up going.
Because you're on a spaceship, right?
Yeah. We weren't in the area that time. We were too close to Mars around then. So, but I went way back when they had the last one. Whenever that was, probably 4 years, 5, 7 years ago. Whenever that was, and
yeah,
hoping to make it to the next one. Actually, I want to compete next year. I do a drag. Yes, I do a drag king character. I do this guy named Frank. that I'll occasionally do. That's, you know, me and drag. I do a couple of different guys, but that's like my main.
I
So
love that.
yeah, so we're hoping I can get out in front of Twitch and be like, hey, I want to compete as this guy next year. Come on, let's go. So, but
Nice.
either way, I'll go and I'll definitely support you in these performances, and I know you do performances outside of Twitch as well.
Yeah, sometimes.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so like doing Twitch has become my main outlet of drag at this point.
Yeah.
So like I just do like big event performances, or honestly I'll do anything if someone reaches out to me, but I don't seek bookings. But if people ask me, then I'll most likely do it, because I do love performing.
This is why you're here today. I reached out and here you are.
Right. And
Yes.
this is, no, I'm not twirling, but
Well,
let's go.
let's go.
No, Listen, I stream only waist up. I'm wearing blue basketball shorts and like that's it underneath.
Oh yeah. Well, no one can see your Christmas socks. So you're okay.
Aw,
Yeah. Oh, lordy bagordy. Yeah, I know, especially doing Twitch, that can take up a lot of your time. Especially because you're a full-time Twitch streamer. So, you know, that's a full-time job, folks. Tell me a little bit more about what your stream is like and some of the games that you play.
I would say my streams would be most likely described as chaotic. I don't know. Do we have any of my regulars in the chat? I would say I like to have fun. I like to just I like to put on a show. I like to entertain. That's basically, you know, that's why I do this. I want people to have fun, and I want people to be entertained. I mostly play. Hi, Josh Skellington. I mostly play, like I said, Dead by Daylight.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll do makeup every Wednesday. I usually do drag makeup for
Mm-hmm.
like a couple hours just to show how I get ready. But also, like, it's just a time to just chill with people and, like, you know, answer questions, talk about movies, stuff like that. Just to have a little kiki.
And I know you've been doing charity streams recently too.
Oh yeah, last night we were raising money for Trans Empowerment Project. And yeah, we had different milestones. That was a lot of fun. I was eating some bean boozles, and then those are fine. Listen, they taste nasty, but the worst part is like the burps. Like I start burping, like, and it's always the fish ones. Whenever I have the fish ones, it's like fish burps the rest of the night, and I'm like, I can't.
No, I've done Bean Boozled one time ever, and I will never again. That was enough for me. The puke one was too realistic. I was like, I don't understand.
I kind of like the stink bug. Like
What?
I'm like, those taste good. I don't know why. They kind of remind me of like, it's like a very nutty, like earthy flavor, and I'm like, this is good.
Gross.
There's also cats on my stream. I do feature my cats a lot. Yeah.
Oh, hey. Are there any games coming out that you're looking forward to?
I'd be lying if I said I was looking forward to Pokemon, but like at this point, I feel like I'm a slave to the franchise, and I'll just get it and play it. And yeah, we're doing it. We're playing Pokemon, and I'm probably gonna get Violet because they have the slutty himbo professor, and I'll probably pick the marijuana cat. And my fate has already been decided for the games.
Yeah.
So, what other games are coming out that I might be looking forward to?
Do you ever play Just Dance? That would be interesting.
Ooh, no.
No.
I did play dance. I don't stream because I don't have a lot of room to play, but I do like dancing games. So the last one I played, there was Dance Central for the Xbox when they had the what was it called? The Xbox
360.
The 360, but the little peripheral attached to the top, the
Kinect. Yeah.
So Dance Central was there, and then I got Dance Central for I got an Oculus, and they had Dance Central for that.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I can't wait to start dancing again. And I put it on, and like you get thrown into this dance hall, and literally this person's in like right in front of you, and they like don't break eye contact, and they're like, follow my moves.
Yeah. No.
They're looking straight in your eyes the entire time, and it's like, it's so unsettling, but also I kind of fall in love with them, and like I start to care about them. And it's too much. I'll just play Beat Saber, and so that's what I mainly do, Beat Saber.
I had a similar experience. They were giving out that game as a promotional thing with the Xbox One, and it was way more hardcore on the Xbox One for some reason. The coach was too aggressive. I got nervous. I had to back up. But oh man, thank you.
Look into my eyes and follow me.
No, I have a bad issue with falling in love with the characters anyway. Like every game I play, I'm gonna fall in love with one of the characters. So I don't need that extra, intensity in my life. It's just too much. It's just too much. Too much.
I agree. So you play a lot of Dance Central then?
Oh no. I tried the Dance Central and then I got really into Just Dance. So.
Oh, sorry, Just Dance.
Yeah. I got into Just Dance because it's
you have a nice green screen setup. Like that is a full room. You can just go in, immerse yourself in there.
Yeah. No, this is, I turned the bedroom into my streaming room and I just sleep in my kitchen. So that's how we roll. So I have a very professional setup.
Well, at least
over
breakfast
here.
is always closed.
Yes. If I need water, I'm just like,
The sink is right there.
I don't even turn off the light. I don't even need to. But anyway, I
nightlight. You just run the microwave.
Yes. Yes. Oh, thank you so much for coming on. Is there anything else that you'd like to let us know about? To tell us about? Give everybody the know about.
Well, okay, so I'm part of a Stream Queens team.
Yes.
Which is like a collective or a Twitch team of drag artists. So you can find us all at streamqueens.net. That takes you to the team landing page where you can see who's live. But there's Stream Queens Con, this is our third year of doing Stream Queens Con from December 1st through 4th, I believe. And so there's going to be a lot of fun things happening that long weekend. It's going to be like panels. There's going to be gaming fun. There's going to be digital drag shows, and it's all at the Stream Queens channel, twitch.tv/streamqueens. So yes, check that out if you can.
Yes, we will be watching for that. Everybody give Drag Trashly a follow. Thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank you for having me. It was a pleasure talking to you, and I hope you can visit Earth some.
I'm working on it. I'll put in a notice, okay? I'm gonna put in a request to organize your closet, and that'll be my excuse to go to Earth.
Okay.
And I feel like Froggy will give me a couple of months for that project, so it might be a little extra long visit for everybody. Yay!
Well, the longer you wait, the worse it's gonna get. So.
Thank you so much for coming on the show. Bye.
Thank you for having me.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh, so much fun. Yes.
Do I leave?
Oh yeah, no, I'm gonna kick you.
Okay.
I'm gonna kick you out. Go on. All right, Shay. Thank you for the bits. Thank you so much. Oh, yes. That's right. If you're just joining us, we are right in the middle of an episode of my favorite show, your favorite show, everyone's favorite show, the show where you show me what you got. Yeah. And sometimes my buttons even work. Yes, this is Show Me What You've Got, where we invite celebrities on to show us what they've got. And we also invite you, the audience, in to show us what you've got. So if you want to be on the show, you can be on the show. We're running it through Guest Star. And hypothetically, we might even be on the main page of Twitch today. Yes. So come on in, come on, and enter to win. Go into my Discord. You'll see a room called Show Me What You Got. I'm giving away froggies and t-shirts. That's right. Go into the room called Show Me What You Got. Tell me you want a froggy, and you will be automatically entered to win. I will announce the winner of the froggy at the end of the week. Yes. Now, we're up here. And now I'm taking you here. Our next guest. You know her. You've seen her. She might make you fall asleep. But that's on purpose. She is a Twitch ambassador. She is known for her work with ASMR. She's a friend of mine and yours. Please tell us, who is she and will she? Show me what you got. Ruby True, welcome to the show. Let's see which...
I muted myself.
Okay. It wasn't me. It wasn't me this time. It wasn't me. All right. We got her. Ruby True.
Good start.
Welcome, Ruby True. Thank you so much for being on the show. Twitch streamer Ruby True, everyone. And what have you brought to show us today?
What have I got?
Oh.
I have many things. I'll show you one, and then I can show you more if you want more.
Oh, yeah.
I have a bowl.
Ooh. Whoa.
Hi. If people don't know who I am, my name's Ruby True, and I stream on Twitch full time. I'm a Twitch ambassador, and I do mindfulness, meditation, and sound baths. I have many bowls. Let me see. This should work. Hey, there you go. There is all my bowls that you can see. And I do sound baths, yoga, meditation, and some ASMR as well. And that's what I got. I got lots of bowls. I'm ready and set if you want me to do a full demo at some point.
Oh, wow. Yeah. The bowls. So each bowl is gonna have a different sound, I'm assuming.
I don't know how Twitch Guest Star will deal with it, if it's got any noise suppression, because sometimes I find that stuff cuts off noise, stuff like this.
Yeah. Well, I'm writing the levels as we do this, so go for it, and I'll try to keep us in check. If you wanna give us a full demo, I'm ready.
Okay, I'll tell you a little bit about this bowl first. So this bowl is one of my favorite bowls. That sounds a bit weird to have a favorite bowl. So this is a full moon bowl, and it's made from silver and many other metals, and it also has some Sanskrit on the side here. Let me see if I can get my camera to focus. There we go, which is Om Mani Padme Hum. which is a Buddhist mantra, which translates as the jewel is in the lotus. And it's basically to say that within all of us, there is a lotus flower, and it's just covered up by like lots of crap. So that mantra, if you chant it, is for, reminding you of what you've got inside, and, how we're all beautiful lotus flowers inside amongst all the crap that may feel like it's weighing you down.
That's beautiful. Yes, yes.
Okay. I'm gonna switch all my other mics on, and we'll go over to we'll go over here.
All right.
And we'll see. Let's see how this works out. Let me go.
Try new things on this show. I can hear you fine so far, so I think this is going to work. Yes.
Hey, you hear me over here?
Yep.
Cool. Sorry, noises. There's actually like a clang count on my stream for like how many noises I can make that I don't want to make. So.
Nice.
Is it coming through?
Yeah.
Cool. Ta-da!
Wow, that was oh, there you are. that was quite a thing. I feel, transformed in some way. I feel more relaxed. I know that's what we come to expect when we're watching Ruby True, but I just felt the need to share that. Is this anything like the sound therapy things that I've heard about? Do the bowls fall into that in any way?
Yeah. So I've spent the last year studying sound therapy with a college in the UK called the British Academy of Sound Therapy. I'm British, if you hadn't figured out, people watching. So yeah, the British Academy of Sound Therapy, and qualified as a sound therapist this year. And
Congratulations.
thank you. So yeah, my mission on Twitch is just to like help people to relax, to find like a space where they can feel comfortable and calm, as well as like intermingling that with some ASMR as well. So a lot of my like ASMR is traditional ASMR, but then we blend in some positive affirmations, some meditations. And actually tomorrow I have like a special stream with a bunch of other streamers, and we're doing some yoga and we're doing some meditation in a sound bath. So like during sound baths, what happens is you listen to different frequencies and it will take you into different states using entrainment, which is when we're all made up of vibrations. Like everything is made up of vibrations. And like the easiest way to like describe it to people, the easiest way that people find it like resonates with them, which is even a word that we use in day to day, is vibes. So you know when the vibes are off. You know when someone walks into a room and they're annoyed and they're mad, you can pick up vibes off of people. And that's what like we're doing every day. Like every day there's just different vibrations. We're all like giving out different vibrations. Trees are, I sound a little bit like hippie-ish, but this is like in a scientific field.
Yeah.
And with sound therapy, the type of sound therapy I do is to take you more into like theta brainwaves, which is the place where your body can actually relax and rejuvenate, basically. So a lot of people will go to sound bath and find that they may go into an altered state of consciousness, which is where you might start to see like colors and waves behind your eyes, and find that like muscles relax. They find that like they feel in the time they've had a sound bath, like they had a really good sleep, because sometimes even in our sleep, we don't spend a lot of time in those deep resting phases. So what sound does is helps you get into those deep resting phases that help you rejuvenate, basically.
Well, I would think that a lot of people are probably going around in a more agitated state that they're even aware of until they come across something like what you do.
Yeah, I found, so to do my qualification, I had to do a bunch of case studies. And the surprising thing for me, as someone who like immerses himself in this stuff all the time and spends a lot of time around people that are very open to it, is by having case studies and having people that have like never experienced anything like it before, was the resistance to actually relaxing. That sounds crazy, but it's like you don't realize how high like we're all living in a little bit of a fight or flight kind of feeling, which like raises your cortisol, which makes you stressed, which gives us loads of different symptoms, which I think, like, without being diagnosing or being a doctor or anything like that, I think I've experienced it myself. So I got into all of this because I had anxiety, or I still do. It's not something you just like, poof, magic, anxiety gone. But like my anxiety was ruling my life, and depression and chronic pain. And you don't realize that living in that state of being is actually causing a lot of other health issues, you know, migraines, headaches, muscle pains, just like chronic fatigue, like lethargy. Like a lot of people, all of these symptoms can be pinned down to like stress, anxiety, depression, and yeah, they're not easy to just like magic them away, which, as much as I wish I could do that for people, and some people do say like, oh my gosh, that sound bath is the first time that I've like been able to switch off. That was magical. And some people get straight into it, and then like other people are like, I found that really hard, because all I wanted to do was like think and like move or get up, or like that fight or flight is still there. People want to move away from it because it's so abnormal to them to just be told, just rest. Like, how often do we have anyone just say, right, you have an hour now, all you've got to do is rest? And yeah, people find it quite hard, which I wasn't expecting until I did my case studies, and I was like, okay, I didn't realize this is hard for some people.
Yeah, no, it is, you know, you kind of have to let go of yourself a little bit, and a lot of people have a hard time, you know, getting into that, allowing themselves to relax, like you were saying. So I think as time rolls on and more studies are done on this, I think people will realize that what you do is absolutely valid and important, and it'll become a regular thing, hopefully, that, you know, especially where even if you're taking care of yourself, I mean, is it possible to pick up negativity because of people around you? Even maybe you like work somewhere where everyone's the worst. Would somebody be able to go to you if, you know, they're having that kind of situation and kind of relax a little bit and find. What would you recommend to somebody like that?
Yeah, like it's that thing of like what you surround yourself is going to affect you. So like me personally, I think it's really important to have a space away from work. And with, I think, the pandemic, a lot of people were working from home. And I think there's been a real boom in mindfulness and wellness and people interested in like meditation and yoga and stuff. So sound therapy and like sound baths fall under a part of yoga as well. Like a lot of people think yoga is just the physical. But there's actually many sort of limbs, many parts of yoga, and sound therapy can come, under part of yoga and wellness. And I think it's really important to have a space that is nothing to do with work, nothing to do with like, as much as you may love your family and you love your kids and you love your other half, but it's really nice to have that space to go that's yours and to separate from everything. So I think what happened, especially during the pandemic, is where I was streaming this kind of content, it's kind of a gateway for people that maybe wouldn't necessarily go down to their local yoga studio. It's a little bit scary for them. It's something that's completely new. And by having the stream, I hope that I've inspired a lot of people to book a yoga class or go to a sound bath. There's lots and lots of sound baths. It's growing all the time, which is amazing. So people can have these spaces where they can go and just see some other people that literally just want the same thing and just switch off and be in like, even though you don't talk to people. I went to a sound bath last week and like I just chatted to a guy on the way out, like and just was like, oh, have a nice evening, blah blah. I didn't speak to anyone there though, and that's just really nice. Just we don't spend much time as human beings around people without having to explain ourselves, without having to prove anything. And a lot of these kind of spaces, it will depend on the person who's running the space. But a lot of like these kind of spaces will not expect you to do anything except for just, what's the best for you, and that's just normally laying down in a blanket and listening to the sounds.
It sounds like fun. This was my first sound bath experience today, so thank you.
Aww.
Thank you for that. I do know that you also have experience that you are and were a hair and makeup artist as one of your many talents, and I've seen you do modeling and cosplay as well.
Yeah, that's like feels like a little bit of a past life. I've got really focused in on all of my other stuff. But before I came to Twitch, which is in 2015, I was probably still working a little bit as a hairdresser. So before Twitch, I was actually worked in a college. I used to teach hairdressing. And I worked freelance as well as like a bridal specialist for like hair and makeup. So when I came over to Twitch, and started doing ASMR and all these things, it seemed really fun to like integrate them. And I also like doing some body paint and stuff.
Oh yeah.
It takes a lot of energy and like time, and most of my energy and time has been like focused in on, my mindfulness and well-being stuff. Just like, I feel like that for the future is, I'm getting old now, and I feel like, something, that's a little bit more, and it's, I like making people happy, and I know people enjoy like creation and stuff, and I will still body paint. I will still do like some dressing up and creating characters and stuff for stream and for like YouTube stuff.
So I can still bother you for makeup tips,
Yeah,
what do you do with my hair? You have certification. She's a professional. So many certifications now with all these different things that that you've done and are doing over the years, and I'm very excited about the newer stuff. And you were one of the pioneers of ASMR on Twitch. I know that
the old days.
Yes.
Like a few of us running rogue in IRL, just like making the quiet noises and just people being like, what the hell is this? And then now they're like still there in your chat.
Yes.
Which is really nice. Like,
Yeah.
I kind of miss it.
No, that was a wild time. If you all don't know, like, oh geez, 2017-ish, maybe 18. I don't know. There was no ASMR section. So we used to do ASMR in just the IRL section. And so it'd be like mostly people walking around on the street. And then there'd be like 3 of us doing ASMR. And this was before it blew up like it is now. So I'm sure you especially had people constantly being like, what is this? I feel like I don't even have to ask you what ASMR is now. You know, like now interviewing you now versus then. Now I'm not even going to be like, oh, what's ASMR? Because I feel like, do you feel like people have more of a handle of what it is?
It's quite funny. So yesterday I was sorting out all my commands in chat and like going through my bot, and I found like really old commands that went into depth to be like, why is she whispering? Why is she doing this thing? Why is she doing that thing? And I'm like, we don't need to use them anymore. Like, it's kind of interesting. But I still think ASMR can be very misunderstood. I think ASMR is like so varied that people will see like one ASMR video or one ASMR stream and decide that that's how it is. And I try and explain to people like ASMR is a bit like music, where each artist is going to do it very differently, and they're going to do different triggers, and they're going to do different sounds, and they're going to have their own style. And so if you don't like one, then try another. You know, like myself, I lean more into meditation and affirmations and like slow sounds, whereas some people like fast and aggressive ASMR. You know, some people like just tapping and lots of like clicky clacky sounds, and some people like more whooshy sounds, and it's just like there's so much to it.
Yeah. I've done stuff with
everyone is
jump
gonna be
scares
different.
in it before. Only Halloween, because I don't want to startle people too much, but I have done jump scare ASMR. It exists. It's a genre.
I think it was Matty ASMR. Do you know Matty? I think he did on April Fool's. He did like halfway through a video of Foghorn, and he was like, "I'm so sorry, I just lost loads of subscribers." I was like, "Oh no!" So yeah, like ASMR is I think still very misunderstood, and it can be done like in so many different ways, and you know, yeah, like music, there's just so much variety to it. And if you don't like one creator, just move on and find the next one. Like, don't complain to them, don't say anything. I know that's very hard in Twitch chat, but yeah, like just try the next one, or find a video. Like videos are a really good way because you can search terms. If you decide you like tapping, or you decide you like different water sounds, then you can search for just those and you can find exactly what you're looking for, because there's so many amazing ASMR creators out there doing a little bit of everything.
And Ruby True is one of them. So please, everybody, give her a follow if you haven't already. You better have already. I think you did already, but if you didn't, give her a follow. Anything else you'd like to add? And anything coming up? Anything you'd like to mention to the audience?
If you want to join us for some yoga, I don't know what time zones everyone's on because I'm on GMT. So tomorrow about 4 p.m., 3:30, 4 p.m. I'll be live I'm so confusing sometimes. I'll be live at 3 p.m. We'll be starting yoga like 3:30-ish, 4 p.m.-ish. If you want to come and join in with a little bit of yoga, I'm going to have some people on stream that are going to be new to it as well. So it'll be a really nice opportunity to come and learn a little bit. And then if you'd like to join us for a sound bath, we'll be doing that as well. But otherwise, I don't think so. I'm really like good at forgetting things, and then I'll get off this call and I'll be like, oh yeah, there was so much I could have said. But yeah, just just be nice. Like, before you say anything, just ask yourself, is it kind? Is it necessary? And is it true? And if it's not all of those things, then just don't say it.
That's a good way to go about Twitch. I think we should quote her on this. This should be the number one rule for Twitch. I agree. Thank you so much for coming on. We will definitely give you a follow, and we will be checking that out. I will definitely be there to check out another sound bath. Thank you so much for doing that today. That was quite an experience, and I'm glad you showed us what you had there. That was amazing.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. Have a great evening, everyone. Thank you so much. Thank you, chat.
Bye! That was Ruby True. Definitely check her out. Thank you. Great job. Awesome. Shay! Thank you for the bits. Yes! We've got so much today. Let me tell you. Welcome to Show Me What You Got. What is Show Me What You Got? It is the show where people show me what they have got. That's right. Here's a little bit more. Yep, that's right. People are coming on. We have these celebrities showing us what they've got. And we're going to show you our next celebrity you may have seen before. A couple of times. She has graced us with her presence on this stream. And we are always lucky when she does show up on this stream. Welcome. Are you ready? Who are you? And will you show me what you got? I don't know what's happening there. Day, how are you? What's good?
You know what I don't have was awareness that I was on screen for a while there. Which is like, thank you for having me back.
Yes.
Thanks, everyone. Hi.
Thank you for coming back. And now that this is your second time on this show, what have you got? What have you got to show this time?
So I was like, I don't know what to bring. So I kind of am pandering. I don't know how to follow up Ruby. She's one of the few ASM artists I follow. I love a sound bath. That was incredible. But so what I have for you is this art print that combines me and you.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Look at that.
It's an art print from one of my favorite artists, Drawing Frogs. And I think we can all relate to not being able to think without our marbles. And it's a frog, which is very close to your heart. And it's a Scooby-Doo reference, which is very close to my heart.
Yes. Speaking of Scooby-Doo, I want to hear about Mystery Incorporated. Everyone needs to know about what's going on with you and Mystery Incorporated.
Rated is a show I am a part of. Episode 1 is free to watch on YouTube, and it is a darker, grungier, grittier look at the Scooby-Doo story. It kind of takes place before the gang gets together, and the idea is that like you're seeing how they become a gang.
Mm-hmm.
And it is very inspired by shows like Supernatural and Buffy and Riverdale. So yeah, it's a darker, grittier look. And I play Velma. I should probably say that.
Yes, I like your Velma outfit. I like your Velma cosplay. It's a good time. It's a good thing.
It is.
What was it like working on that show and working with those the other actors?
It was a dream. I mean, the other actors are friends of mine, so it was really fun making something with your friends. Our Scooby-Doo was an actual dog, and he was precious and amazing. Yeah, it was just a dream come true to get to play such an iconic character and just to do it with your friends. Like that, what more can you ask for?
Yes, exactly. And being a famous actress, I know you get invited to a lot of different events. And I noticed you may have attended an event recently where you got to wear a gown.
Oh, yes. So I was actually invited by my co-stars, Jess and Dade, to the premiere of Disenchanted last night, which is the follow-up sequel to Enchanted. And it was an incredible experience. It was so much fun.
The One Alchemist, thank you for the bits. How did you decide what you were going to wear for that?
So I ordered a dress a month ago that never arrived. So how I decided was I need a backup dress. What can Amazon get me here in 2 days?
Wow, you got that off of Amazon?
I did. It was just like a Regency style dress. So now I'm ready for any like Jane Austen cosplays. Like, let's go.
Great. Do you have any projects coming up in the future? Any things coming out that we should be looking forward to?
You can look out for episode 2 of Mystery Incorporated. We haven't filmed it yet, but we are working really hard behind the scenes, so that will be coming out at some point. You can hear me in this obscure game, Corpse Party. I'm a part of the English dub for it. And other than that, I'm mostly just on D&D TTRPG shows, if you're into that.
Yes. And are you going to continue with the D&D shows?
Yeah, I mean, right now I've got 2 ongoing ones. I've got a D&D show every Monday night at 7 p.m. Pacific with -1 charisma. And then on Twitch and YouTube, I am playing a Cyberpunk Red TTRPG, which is super cool, and that goes on Twitch, and then they put it up on Fridays on YouTube.
Okay, great. So I know you do Twitch streaming part-time. Are we going to still see you occasionally on Twitch? Are you going to be doing charity streams? Are you going to be doing more shows like mine? What's next for you on Twitch?
Yeah, so I'm making the decision to step away from full-time streaming after the new year, after the holidays and stuff. It's gotten to be too much. It's been 5.5 years, and I need to refocus myself. But yeah, I absolutely am still 100% down to be on other people's shows, collaborate, like me off stream, but playing games with friends, coming back for charity streams, or when I book a new project, come back to hype that up, and we'll just see how it goes. But for now, I kind of got to refocus.
We'll do a big co-stream around your next project as that comes out.
Yeah.
Yes, and we will be watching closely for the new episodes of Mystery Incorporated as well.
Yes, please.
I love your character in that. You do such a good job. You're my favorite character on that, by the way.
Thank you.
It's not just because of my personal bias. You're just so great on that. It's hilarious.
Thank you. I mean, playing a socially awkward nerd, not the biggest stretch for me, but I have a good time.
I like the wig too. The wig is cute.
Yeah, gotta get that Velma hair.
Yes. Anything else that you'd like to let the audience know about?
That's pretty much it. I've got some projects in gestation stages. Trying to put together. Ideally, would love to put together a radio drama podcast, so I'm working on that. looking for someone to help me write a short film, working with friends to put together a web series. So, but all of it's in like baby pregnancy stage.
All right. Well, we'll be looking forward to that. Everybody give Daydream a follow so you can know when she is appearing on Twitch.
Do the thing.
Yes.
And I do voiceover too, so keep your ears open from my voice.
Yes, we will be. I do know that there are some projects that you can't talk about yet that we're looking forward to hearing your voice in other things coming out. Guys, just wait. Give this lady a follow. You'll be hearing from her again.
Yes, hopefully, yes.
Yes. No, absolutely.
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 Positive attitudes. Let's go.
Yes. Well, thank you so much. Thank you for coming on the show. And thank you for
having me.
showing us what you got.
Show me what you got.
Bye, Day! Yes! And if you want to show us what you got, all you have to do is go into my Discord, go into the room that says show me what you got, and take the picture of the item that you want to show me, and you could come on the show. You also have a chance to win. I'm giving away these froggies. Do you want to win a froggy? I know I do. Actually, I don't need any more. I have about 200 of them to myself. No, you can't have any of mine. They are all mine. But if you want to win, go into that room in the Discord and say, I want a froggy. And you're automatically entered for a chance to win. I will be announcing the winners at the end of the week. All right. Our next guest. You might recognize her from Twitch. Also from Life is Strange. There we go. If it lets me put her on there. There she is. Please tell everyone, who are you and can you show me what you got?
Am I
You're
on?
on.
Oh, okay.
Tell us who you
hi.
are, Katie.
Sorry, I thought the last one was gonna go longer, so I didn't know what was going on. Hi, I'm Katie Vince. I have a hot dog wiener here. I don't know if anyone's ever heard of the Hank Hill hot. Oh my gosh, there's so much cat hair on here. That means my cat rubs up against him. Oh my gosh, how cute. Anyways, yeah, this is a hot dog. There was like a Hank Hill hot dog meme song that played on stream, and I absolutely loved it. And thus began the hot dog meme in my channel over not even a year ago. So yeah, I have a lot of weird hot dog stuff affiliated to my channel now, and yeah, so yeah, lots of hot dog stuff.
So most people will recognize you as Stephanie Gingrich. I think I'm saying her last name correct.
Gingrich, yeah.
Gingrich, there we go. Most people call her Steph. I just call her Steph from Life is Strange. You were in both Life is Strange Before the Storm and True Colors. For someone who somehow missed these titles, I don't know how they would have. How would you describe these games?
Yeah, so the Life is Strange franchise is an amazing franchise that deals with a ton of different kind of heavy-hitting topics. So if you're someone that's gone through some kind of trauma in your life, if you're someone, you know, who thinks a little more empathically.
No, you had it
There
right
we
the first
go.
time.
You're gonna really enjoy those kind of games. They're just really hard hitting. They connect really well to the audience, and I think that honestly, I'm just really grateful that that was my experience into the video game world. Were those games? They were able to help me connect a lot with different members of the video game world and players. So yeah.
When you tried out for Before the Storm, did you know you were trying out for the Life is Strange series?
No, I did not. So in the video game world, a lot of the stuff, you know, is just under different incognito names. So you have no idea what you're auditioning for, and unless maybe, you know, you have an in with somebody and they're like, oh, by the way, this is what this is. Yeah, I actually didn't know that I was on Life is Strange Before the Storm until a month before it actually released, because I found a contract that had Deck Nine's name on it, and then I looked up the company's name, and then I saw it. So that was, yeah, it was like on their Wikipedia that they had a game coming out in 2017 that was called Life is Strange Before the Storm, and I was like, is this what I'm on? Yeah, so.
How exciting. When you're recording your lines, do you have like multiple takes because there's different outcomes in the games too?
Yeah, so you have different takes anyways, so just recording for VO. Some VO directors and audio recorders will do it a little differently, but usually there's an A and a B take. So if you have one line, you'll give them an A take and then you'll give them a B take. But yes, because it is a choose your own adventure type of game, you have different outcomes throughout the gameplay. So yeah, I didn't when I was Steph in True Colors, and then of course when I was in the DLC as Steph, I got to have a ton more opportunity to play different options with recording, because yeah, there was just so many different things, like with the radio ads and the DLC of Wavelengths. There's so many different alternative routes you can take, and so yeah, you have to record so much. We recorded a lot of radio talk.
Do you feel your character changed or grew from the before and then into True Colors? Did you find anything new about Steph in doing it? Well, I'm sure the second one was much more complex because you were the main character essentially. So, did you?
Yeah. So she definitely, we got to learn a lot more about her as a character, which I loved. And Before the Storm, there wasn't very many deep, scenes with her. There was about like 2 that you got a little deep with her. But with True Colors, there was so much fun variety to perform Steph. So I got to experience her on just so many different levels than I got to experience her in the first game. Well, in Before the Storm. But yeah, I mean, she literally grew. She was older in True Colors. And yeah, we get to learn all these different hobbies of hers that she has. Things she likes, things she enjoys, and then of course in the DLC we get to really dive deep with her and just explore and experience what's going on in her mind and her struggles that she struggled with this entire time. I think the DLC is really great because it does show a character that a lot of people don't really think about in the aftermath of what happens, whether you choose to save Chloe or sacrifice Chloe in the original game. And I think that was such a cool way to just show that, hey, this character was involved in that storm or in the death of a friend. And here is how it affects this character that maybe you didn't think about. And so the player can then think about all the other characters that also were affected by this storm or by a close friend passing away.
Yeah, and Steph is such a complex character, too. I completely missed that she was gay in the first. I don't know, makes out with girls seemed normal to me, and then when you're playing foosball with her, she goes, do you like girls or something like that? And I answered verbally. I was like, yeah, but I was so distracted by the foosball. Like in real life, I completely missed that you're supposed to click something to answer her, so I left her on red, unfortunately.
Oh no, that's okay. That's fine. Sometimes we get a little tongue-tied, and I believe you still get another chance later on. If you change your mind.
It worked. I think it worked out for me in the end. I can't remember what ended up being like my final outcome, but I always appreciate those games where you have multiple romantic characters that you can interact with.
Yeah.
And
you can not even choose a romantic character if you want to just, play Alex as just Alex, and without that, just Alex with 2 best friends. And I think that's really cool that they allowed the player to also choose that direction as well.
Is or could Steph come back in future games?
I have no clue. I mean, I would love if it happened. That would be great. Deck 9 Square, if you're looking at this, I'd be down. But yeah, I would be 110% down if she came back. But she does have a novel that's coming out, which is insane. Like, I've never seen anything like this before, so that's pretty cool. So, yeah, Square has collaborated with Titan Books, which is a book company, and they are creating Steph's novel. So, yeah, I found out about that when the tweet went out, and I was like, wait, what is this? Hello? So she's getting her own book, which is so cool. And I don't know, don't quote me on this, but I think this is the first thing that has happened to a character like this in the series where they get their own book. There's comic books, but an own novel. And so that's pretty remarkable. It's going to show the backstory on her relationship with Izzy, which is really cool. And I think it's going to show a little bit about the backstory on just her traveling with the band that she mentions in True Colors. So that's something that's happening for her. So that's pretty cool. And I'm excited to read it when it comes out. I know nothing about it. Yeah.
That's always a fun time because it's like kind of you, but also kind of not.
Yeah. No, it's like I don't. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely just Steph, but like it's something that like I can get excited about still, and that my community can get excited about, and we can, I don't know, read it together. I don't know, like it'll be fun. Maybe we can have a book club.
Well,
I don't know.
I definitely think that is an excellent idea, especially because the fans, if you're not already following, give Katie a follow, but the fans go crazy about you too. They like you. They like your character. I like both of you. You're both great. But I know that you actually have a degree in theater. Did you always want to be an actress? What drew you to this?
Yeah. So what drew me to acting? Being bullied in school is probably what drew me to acting. Like I feel like many of us, but yeah, no, I was just kind of a quiet kid. And, was just trying to find different outlets to help me get out of my shell, I guess. And I remember when I first became a freshman in high school, I joined the dance team, and it was just this horrendous thing. Like, it was straight out of like Mean Girls. It was weird, and it was not for me. And then I found the drama club, and it was for me. And there were people there that made me feel comfortable being who I was. And I jumped out of my shell like very quickly and just kind of found my people and found my group, and then found this love of acting. Mm-hmm. And it just kind of developed from there. And then I went to school for it because I didn't know what else to go to school for. And then I was like, I don't know where else to go after college, so I guess I'll go to LA. And yeah, so that's kind of a long story short.
Yeah. And I know you do a little bit of photography as well.
Yeah, so I actually used to be a professional photographer. I haven't shot in a very long time. Mm-hmm. It's something that is in the back of my mind about wanting to get back into at some point because I do miss it. I really love photography, and I love just shooting and doing editorials of people. It's some of my favorite stuff that I've done. But it's just like it's trying to find the time to do it again. But yeah, when I moved out to LA, it was kind of what made me my money when I first got out here. So yeah.
Well, I know you have a lot of things going on because you're acting, you're full-time Twitch streaming, maybe sometimes doing the photography when you get a chance, and then you also have Katie Benz Media as well, another like a side business too.
Yeah, that used to be my photography business.
Okay, yeah.
I guess that still is. I don't know.
Yeah.
That was my photography. I did photography and videography. I shot some weddings. I've done some weddings, and I've done some events, some corporate events and things. So, yeah.
Well, that's an amazing skill to have, and is probably somewhat helpful even now as you occasionally do cosplays. I've seen a couple of cosplays that you've done as the different Life is Strange characters, but I know you've done other ones as well.
Yeah, I think I've only cosplayed Steph. I'm trying to think. I think I've only done. I've only.
You didn't
Steph,
do Chloe? I thought you did Chloe. Maybe that was a different character with blue hair.
Chloe. I did Jinx recently, and she has blue hair.
That's probably what I'm thinking of. Yes, that's what I
happened.
saw. Yeah.
I mean, it's blue like Chloe blue. So, but yeah, no, I think the Jinx cosplay was like my first like actual real cosplay I ever did because I like got all of the different like components to it. I usually just do makeup and throw a wig on, but yeah, I got all the different components to it, and yeah, it was fun. It was a fun time.
Well, I think with the Life is Strange characters, a lot of them wear plaid and normal outfits. Like I did a lot of the characters from True Colors, even the boys, and most of it was just I just wore like plaid shirts and t-shirts primarily. Yeah. So I can see why those cosplays would be like in a realm that it's not as noticeable that you're doing a cosplay. So
yeah. Yeah, it's easy to, even like with Steph, like I'll just throw on a beanie and then I'm like, it's fine. Throw on like a colored shirt she wears and I'm good.
I've heard you've done some volunteer work for an animal welfare society. Could you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, I think that was about, gosh, that was probably like 5 or 6 years ago. But yeah, I loved that. I came out here and just kind of, I like animals a lot.
Yeah.
So found a place called Best Friends Animal Society, which is a shelter here in LA. There's 2 shelters in LA. There's like some in Utah. I think there's one in Texas too. But yeah, I just went over there and would walk some dogs and feed them and stuff. And yeah, I unfortunately wasn't able to have the time to do that as much. And yeah, but we've done charity streams for Best Friends, and I'm hoping to do another one next year. So that's exciting.
So you've been in feature films and commercials. Are there any that stick out that you've done over the years?
So there is one that hasn't came out yet that sticks out to me because I keep thinking about it. We filmed it back in like 2018, like literally like over 4 years ago.
Yeah.
I think it's almost 5 years at this point. Yeah, that's what's crazy. Like some of this stuff, like it could take years for it to be finished, or it might not ever see the light of day. But yeah, all the other stuff I've been in, I don't know. It's just like if you're into like really trashy B movie stuff, because like that there's a genre for that. Like maybe you'd like some of it, but yeah, there's just a lot of like weird like horror things or just like Sharknado-esque, stuff. But yeah, I was in an auto commercial once. That was fun. Yeah.
Well, you've also done some modeling too.
Yeah. Again, like back, that was, gosh, I haven't done, it's like ever since when Twitch started like picking up for me. And I guess with the pandemic too, like I just kind of focused in on Twitch and didn't do a lot of outside things. But again, like modeling is another thing that I would really like to get back into.
Mm-hmm.
I miss it. It's just fun to get in front of a camera and, I don't know, it's just a good time. But I did a lot of that when I first moved out to LA as well. Yeah.
I saw you in a picture where you're wearing this elegant dress to the British Academy Game Awards.
Yeah.
Tell me about that event. What was that like?
Oh gosh. Surreal, phenomenal, incredible. I hope I can go back there again one of these days. It was amazing. I've like a spectacular experience. I still can't believe that happened to me. And I'm just really, really grateful that I was able to go to it. Yeah, it was the BAFTAs back in April of this year, and I wasn't nominated for anything, but my friends were, my co-stars were, and then the game was nominated for 2 different awards. So we had 4 awards, and I was just really grateful and lucky enough to be able to go with everybody and to cheer them on during the BAFTAs. But it was wild to just be surrounded by so many incredible talents in this industry, and to get to talk to them too was just beyond me. It was cool. It was a really cool time.
So tell us a little bit more about your Twitch stream. What can people expect when they come to say hello to you?
Chaos. Utter and complete chaos. Pretty much. I like to say that we have a wholesome community, but yeah, it's very like wholesome chaotic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's just always something going on. Chat likes to just do a lot of crazy stuff constantly. But yeah, I don't know. It's just a really good time. Again, my community is made up from a lot of the Life is Strange community. So it's a different type of community. It's a community of people who really freaking care about one another. They care so much. And when people are welcomed into that community, like they just kind of feel like at home, because everybody who's in the community knows what it was like to like come into that community and to be welcomed and to feel a part of that community. And I think that people on Twitch are constantly trying to search for a place that makes them feel at home and feel a part of. And, it's amazing to see people come into the community and be welcomed like that. So I don't know. I'm just grateful to have that incredible community. And yeah, so yeah.
Life is Strange. A lot of games have like the good side and the bad side, but I've noticed with the Life is Strange fandom, it's overwhelming positivity. It's like, you know, really people who care about each other and care about you and care about the game and care about what happens. A lot
The
of
ship
times.
wars are dangerous, though.
Yeah.
That's where it gets you. That's where they're pretty kind and welcoming and wholesome. But if you say that you want somebody to date somebody else and they don't agree with you, they're coming for you. And I've seen it, and it's scary. It's dangerous.
No. Now that you mention it, like when I dressed up as one of the guys, they were just not having it. That was like, no, we don't like the guy. The redhead guy that you can make your boyfriend. I made him my boyfriend. They didn't like
Ryan?
that. Yeah.
Oh, in True Colors? You
Yeah.
dressed as Ryan?
Yeah,
There
they
needs to
didn't
be
like
more
him.
Ryan stands out there. Ryan is
No,
a great
he really needs.
golden retriever boy.
Exactly. Well, and I had, I did the girl version of him technically, so I had like a little axe and I had the red hair and
I love that. That's so cute. No, that's great. Yeah, there's a lot of people out there who really just like want to throw that poor guy under the bus, and I'm like, for why? One, he's not even real.
No.
Okay, calm down. Like, he's not real. And two, he's so sweet and he's so kind.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
He listens to bird calls. Let him be.
Yeah. Well, you know.
Yeah, that's cool though.
Anything else you'd like to add or mention?
No, this was fun. Thanks for having me on here. You're like, this is crazy. I can't believe like all these interviews you're doing. Killing it, man. Killing it. Chat, she's killing it.
I guess. I know I've been throwing people off with the times, but the times I quoted people, I've got this down. This is.
No, you're killing it. You're doing it.
We're towards the end of the season. This is the second to last show of the Show Me What You Got season.
That's
so
awesome.
You are on the grand finale before Thanksgiving. So
I am so grateful that you wanted me a part of this and that I could be introduced and interviewed. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for coming on. Everybody, give Katie a follow. Bye.
Bye.
Yes. Getting through everybody. And yes, Soma Green, you have had Shay. Thank you for the bits, and the One Alchemist. Thank you for the extra bits. Soma Green, you have had a lot of people on this show today. Yes, I have. I have had. By the end of this, we'll have had about 10 people on the show. But how do you do it? How do you organize and make sure that everybody comes on and whatnot? Guest star. That's how. We do it through guest star. They just click in. They're on. Real easy. I'm running the entire show right from my seat. In fact, I have another guest for you already. Yes. Here we go with another Twitch streamer. You may have seen her or perhaps one of her cats on a stream before. Let's welcome, and could you tell everyone who you are and show me what you got? Yes. We should be able to hear you now, Kitty.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Welcome. Hi.
I am very awkward and I'm so sorry. I'm gonna apologize first. I'm so sorry. Hi.
Tell everybody who you are. What's your Twitch name?
My Twitch name is kittycat underscore. Yeah, I have a slinky. I'm sorry. It's my fidget. I'm gonna put that down. Sorry. So my name is kittycat underscore Kels. And I suck at intros.
That's okay.
Intros.
I'm seeing some of your little buddies in the background.
Yeah.
Hello, pups. But what do you have to show us today?
Okay, so I have a tiny, not really a zoo, but like I'm trying to form a zoo.
Mhm.
So, which I have a couple of animals that I would like to show.
Okay.
So, do you wanna give me the first baby? The first baby. Okay. Dame. Okay. This is Snake. The snow that's What's a snake? Snake was crying. Okay.
No, I like snakes. I was just not prepared, and that freaked me out. I was like, oh my god.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, there are puppies in the background, but
Yeah.
this is Snake. She is 2 now, 3, 2. She is 2.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. I'm assuming it's gender. We did not check.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sorry.
Mm-hmm.
We had to probe it to check, and I'm not going to probe.
Nah, not worth
We'll
it.
find out.
Yeah.
She's a California king snake.
Mm-hmm.
She is like what? Almost 3 feet long, about 3 feet long.
Wow.
I'm
Wow.
5 feet, so she's getting big. She's in blue right now. She just finished getting in blue, so her eyes are a little glassed over. But she'll be fine in a couple days. But yeah, this is my little one of the babies. She's not in the room normally because her tank is really, really, really huge.
Yeah.
She's in the living room.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I feel like she probably has more growth in her.
Mm-hmm.
But like obviously, I have one of like her enemies as a pet too, which is a cat.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, obviously I have a cat that doesn't like snakes. But yeah, this is one of my babies.
So you have dogs, a snake, and did you mention that you're going to show us another one of your babies today too?
Want to see the other babies?
Yes.
Okay. So, actually I could do this. Boom! These are my shrimps. There's 3 in here. Where are they? So this is like a self-sustaining ecosystem, so I don't need to do anything. I can't even open it.
Mm-hmm.
So, there it is. There's one on the side. So that one is probably Sebastian.
Mm-hmm.
So there's 3. There's Sally, Sebastian, and Stuart. Sebastian likes to like kind of swim a lot.
Yeah.
That's the one that's basically showing. Sally is normally upside down. I think she's over there. She's upside down in the back somewhere. And then Stuart is normally just there you go. She's upside down on top actually. And then the one incoming is Stuart on top right now.
How do they live in there if you can't open it? How do you feed them?
So you see how there's branches
Mm-hmm.
in there? There's also a little bit of green in the background, and basically has its own algae system. So it just kind of eats the algae and everything. Like, sorry. They're being buttheads. My stream's being buttheads. I'm so sorry.
That's okay.
I'm so sorry. I suck. Sorry.
We could only hear you, not the alert, so you're good on that. Yeah, no, you're good. You can't hear the alerts. No. You're good.
Thank goodness, because, oh my god. Okay, so anyways, so with the light amount and stuff, basically you don't want direct light on it or anything. It's horrendous for it and it'll die, basically.
Yeah.
So I've had it for about a year now. People are saying it lives for like 2 years, and I hope that's not true because I love watching them.
Yeah.
And they're my babies. So obviously, if you can't tell, I could tell which one's which when they're really, really small. Like I'm gonna hold it to my hands, and you will see how tiny everything is. Oh, wrong one. Sorry. Yeah. Oh, there you go. So this is how small they are.
Wow.
And you can really see. But yeah, so you can see the little green grass thingy right here, and it feeds off of the algae. So when there's a lot more direct sunlight, it like grows a lot more algae. There's a lot more food for it as well. But yeah, that one right there is Sally, jumping down and up. And then you can also there's a magnet in here and it cleans it. But yeah, I have like I don't want to tilt it too much, but there's no way of opening it and cleaning it if I want to.
Oh no, yeah.
So even if I want to clean, I can't. I want to like change its tank to a bigger tank, but I can't.
So you'd have to like essentially break the bulb to.
And then it's scary to do it because you don't want.
You don't want to hurt them, yeah.
Yeah, and I don't want to scar it from its environment.
Oh,
These are my babies. I'm a big animal lover, so.
Yes.
Yeah, we're actually trying to expand my aquariums. But someone needs convincing.
Do your animals show up a lot on your streams?
Yes, I actually have a pet cam. So usually the dogs in the background, they usually have a pet cam on them.
Mm-hmm.
They're used to be on camera. They're actually the star of the show. And then I have a cat somewhere. I think he's under the bed.
Yeah. Yes. What are the types of games that you play on stream?
So I am a gacha mobile streamer. If you know what gacha games are, there's something like Genshin Impact. So basically, you spend money. You spend money to get characters, weapons, etc., and you hurt your wallet. But I basically don't spend money because I like to spoil my animals instead of my money. So there's that.
So there's different gotcha games that you play, and it's like, how do you is there like one that you play in particular, or is there one that you've put extra hours into?
Oh, so I am a very variety.
Yeah.
So if we're gonna talk about how often I play in a day, I can do a 24-hour stream and still be playing all my games.
Yes.
Nonstop.
Yes.
Yeah, so I have Cookie Run Kingdom. There's Epic 7. I'm panicking. There's Summoner's War. I'm getting back into Genshin Impact. There's also a Puzzles and Survivals, which is basically like a zombified Bejeweled or Candy Crush.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my like old person moment because I play that before I go to bed.
Yeah. What else can we expect if we drop in on your stream? Everybody give Kitty a follow. There we go. What else can we expect if we pop in on your stream? Do you have coming? Do you have any like events coming up or anything that you're looking forward to? Any games coming out?
Okay. So I actually have a sponsored Genshin stream, which is pretty cool because I actually play Genshin.
Yes.
So I'm actually getting sponsored to play the game, and I'm like, that's great.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I don't know. I'm really awkward. So I don't have anything really coming up because I kind of do the same thing every day.
Yeah. What days and times do you have? Regular days or times that you stream, or like around when?
When I'm not lazy.
Mm-hmm.
When I'm not lazy and I don't oversleep because daylight savings time got to me. I stream on Monday, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays. I just changed my sleep time because, yeah. I just changed my sleep time for some weird reasons. I have a normal sleeping time now. So I stream at 6 p.m. Eastern instead of 9 p.m. because I used to stream late at night for some reason. But I am doing a cooking stream next Wednesday for Thanksgiving, like a Thanksgiving prep stream.
Ooh.
Because,
What do you know what you'll be making for that, or some of the other things?
Yes, I have a big list actually.
Yeah.
I have a big thing. Yeah, it's a big list. So we're doing stuffed pasta shells, fried chicken thighs, because nobody wants turkey or ham here, so we're gonna do fried chicken thighs instead. And then there's mashed potatoes, like usual. We got pies, scalloped potatoes, biscuits, dinner rolls, chili, stuffing, egg rolls, dumplings, all that good stuff. Yeah, we have food.
Yes.
And it's only for like 3-4 people.
Oh, jeez. Perfect.
I don't know why I'm cooking so much for like 4 people.
Oh, yeah.
But,
no, I did that last year, and I ended up with leftovers for months after because it was just me.
Oh.
It's even worse when it's like, because I was like, oh, I'm not doing anything this year. I'm just going to make all the food like I am. But I did not realize how much leftovers and that I'd be eating it for the next like 3 months. You know, like you can only eat turkey in so many ways, and then you're just like, oh no. So you're doing it right by mixing it up and having a bunch of different.
So I'm not eating just one food.
Yes.
One thing only. So.
Yes. Have there been any cosplays that you've done recently, or I knew you sent me a picture of one that you did more recently?
So I don't know if you guys know Spy Family. So that's one of like not the upcoming, it's already up and coming. It's one of the newer animes that's just released. It's still ongoing in the mangas. Mm-hmm. And I just got my Your Forger outfit, and I haven't done any photo shoots with that yet, so I'm trying to do that very, very soon. I keep saying I'm going to do it, but it's been 2 months.
Oh,
It's been 2 months, I think. Yeah.
yeah. No, that happens occasionally. I have regular cosplays that I have to do, and some of them are easier to pull off than others. So sometimes you'll just be like, "Oh, I'll do it next month. I'll do it next month," and then you're like, "Oh, it's 6 months later." So.
Yeah. Like, so with my Instagram, it actually got taken down. My own Instagram was taken down, so I had to start over. So that's also kind of killing the mood.
Yeah. That was also why I was having trouble finding you on Instagram. Yes. Okay. Well, that makes sense because I wasn't sure if that was still you or not. So I always try to tag people on Instagram. If I haven't tagged you, it's because I haven't found you or you don't have an Instagram. So
yeah, like somebody made a fake account and the fake account got me taken down.
Yeah. This is why as streamers you have to have an Instagram because somebody else will make an Instagram of you if you don't have it. So you have to start one. So
yeah.
Well, thank you so much for coming on the show. Is there anything else that you'd like to mention to the audience before we say goodbye?
No, I just want to say thank you for having me. You're doing an amazing job. I know this is kind of stressful trying to get like 10 people, 10 content creators who are all, content creators, we're late to everything. We're late and it was my fault too. I don't respond very well, so.
No, you guys, everybody today did really good. Everybody was like, good about responding to me and everybody showed up. So that was great too. So thank you for showing up. Thank you for being here. Thank you for showing out. And thank you for showing us what you got. Bye. All right. You're all set. There we go. That is our second to last celebrity guest. That's right. We have one more celebrity guest coming on today. But before I bring them out, I'm going to remind you one more time. Do you like free stuff? I like free stuff. Do you want free stuff? You could win. That's right, I'm giving away Froggies. Do you know Froggy from Froggy Show? He is giving of himself. And you could have your very own Froggy plush. That's right. They look like this, except less invisible in real life. Very cute, very huggable, very lovable. Mwah. It's Froggy. Who doesn't want a Froggy? Also, the t-shirts. The t-shirts. You can win the t-shirts if you want to win. All you have to do is go into my Discord and look for the room that says, show me what you got. Just write in there, I want a Froggy, or Froggy, or give me a Froggy, or show me the Froggy you got. Anything close to anything in these phrases, you will be automatically entered to win. And we haven't had that many entries for some of these things. So, your chances are good. You got a good chance of winning. You could also win if you come on the show. If you would like to come on the show and be one of our guest stars, we do that as well. Let us know. Take a picture of what you've got. You could be on the show. Especially next week. Next week is our grand finale. It is the season finale of Show Me What You Got. You know what that means? That means it's Thanksgiving. So we're really going to show what we got. Might have some food items too. We might even run a special contest where if you take a picture of your Thanksgiving dinner or whatever you happen to be eating on Thanksgiving, I know I personally will be here. So we can eat together. That's right. No plans for Thanksgiving? Come see me. We'll have Froggies giving. Yes. You're invited to my Thanksgiving on my channel, which will start with Show Me What You Got, which is a 3-hour show. That's right. That's why we have so many guests. It's 3 hours. and it will end with a feast. But before we do that, let's feast our eyes on another guest. Our final celebrity streamer of this evening. You might recognize him, you might not recognize him. Even if you watch his show on Twitch, he is a famous Twitch streamer, but has not been on camera for very long. This might be a face reveal, depending on who you are. Will you please tell us who you are, and will you show me what you got?
Hey, Soma.
Hey, Vay, welcome to the show. Who are you?
Good to see you. This is Dream Face Reveal. I'm Dream. That's right. Big Minecrafter in the flesh. No, actually.
He's probably not Dream, but he is a Dream. Who are you?
Easy now. So, I've streamed. It's true. I've streamed without a webcam for a long time. I'm just kind of a old normie gamer, you know? I grew up with games, and I, for whatever reason, decided, you know what? I play so many games, why not stream them on Twitch? And so a lot of my content has been, well, all of my content has been based around gaming. And a lot of it's been with survival games, hardcore games that are pretty brutal. And what I found is a lot of people don't necessarily like playing those themselves. They'd rather sit back and watch somebody else suffer. And it just so happens that I like to suffer a little bit. So I'll play some tough games and, you know, just try to make it kind of a nice, relaxing environment. But pretty much that's been it. I'd love to do some other content, you know. Like my dream would be to do some remote streaming, like in Patagonia or like climbing or something like that. Like that'd be really sick. But that's so far beyond. Like if you thought a 2 PC setup was difficult, like try figuring that out. So that's a mile away.
What's your channel called?
My channel
or your
is
tag?
Yeah, sure. My channel is Vay_Victus. I could, you know what? I tell you what. I'm here on your channel. Is this adequate? Can I do this?
That'll work.
That's me. That's me.
They gave you a shout out. They gave you a shout out though, so they can
yeah.
They can follow you. Yeah.
I
got you covered. Don't. Oh, we're shouting you out again. Give Vay a follow right now. Vay_Victus. I hope I'm saying that right.
That is.
Okay,
yeah.
good.
There are going to be some Latin people or Latin aficionados that are going to come here and be like, well, actually, I'll tell you.
That's what I'm worried about. That's why I need to know. That's why I need to know these things, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I think actually, so the V's are pronounced more like W's, so, and it's like not an A, it's more like an I, so it's like Why_Victus or, you know, something like that. But frankly, listen, times change, language changes, like, we'll roll with it.
I heard that you also brought an item to show us today.
I did. Sorry, don't let me get off on a tangent because we'll run. Actually, so I said I struggled with this a little bit. I mean it. I've gamed all my life, and I've got some old relics here to kind of like prove it. I've got some of my old Super Nintendo Final Fantasy 3, like Maximum Carnage. Like just some old throwbacks. I even was like, you know, maybe the old school Game Boy was like what I need. But the truth is, whenever I'm streaming nowadays, I mean, just in general nowadays, I don't have any problem or I don't need something to root me in games or like where I've been or remind me of where I'm from. Oftentimes, I need something to kind of remind me that things are a lot simpler than they seem to be. You know, just because Twitch is an amazing platform, the internet's been great for being able to connect with people that you otherwise never would have met and find their interests that you would have otherwise never have known. But sometimes I need to be rooted back into just being like a simple person without the internet, without electronics, without any of that stuff. And I have this small print that I keep next to my desk, and this is kind of cheesy, so listen, it's fine if you guys think it is, but I use this a lot, and it's just a print here. Actually, hold on, let me see if I can it's a print of just a small oil lantern and just some real basic stuff, you know, like a glass of ale, a bottle of Chianti, a skillet, a loaf of bread, like real basic things that kind of, it just relaxes me and brings me back to a place of contentment. I don't know how else to really explain that. And I'm not going to pay you guys enough money to tell me why that's important to me or something. I'm sure there's some therapists out there in chat that are like, this guy's got some deep self-help stuff going on here. But I like it. I like it, and it kind of focuses my mind and makes me feel, you know, just good about life.
Well, it's always good to have something to draw you back, especially where you are constantly playing games on your channel. Your channel is primarily gaming. And I guess you didn't add the element of even having the cam until more recently.
No, I was so adamant about my channel being about games and about the content on the screen, and like I was trying to be as pure as I could whenever people came to the channel. I wanted people to look at the content, hear my thoughts, like have the conversation and engage with the game. I didn't want them to come in, and don't get me wrong, it's a fantastic thing, and there's a good reason why I decided to use a webcam finally, but I wanted to connect around something that wasn't necessarily my identity. I wanted my identity to be what they're having, you know, like the thoughts that we were sharing, the words that we were sharing, and the moments in the game and on the stream. I didn't want somebody to come in and be like, oh, this person does or doesn't look like me, and therefore I do or don't like them. I wanted to avoid that. And so I did that for probably 2 years. I went without a webcam. And it had always been on the back of my mind that I had maybe been shortchanging some of the people that were in the community on expression in general. And I will admit that there have been some times when someone has come in and they've said something that was like a smart-ass remark, and I responded back to them with something that was really snarky or maybe came off mean. And if I had a webcam, they would have seen that I was just kidding. It was just a joke. But they didn't see that. And so they were like, well, screw you, a-hole. I'm out of here. And I've never seen them since. And, you know, and it's tough because I can't go chase them down and be like, hey, it was just a joke. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well, it's easy to get pulled into games and get to, you know, get overwhelmed by games sometimes. I know that you ran an ARC Mega Tribe for a while, and that you said that kind of became a lot. How was that?
Yeah, so I'm serious whenever I say I game because I like it. I don't game because I need something to stream on Twitch. And so I got in deep. Survival Sandbox is kind of like my bread and butter. And I started off with a friend and we were playing, and next thing you know, we met some more people. It got bigger, things got bigger. And next thing you know, we got like, 100 plus people, and somebody's like, hey, you guys are a mega tribe, you know that, right? I'm like, what does that mean? And they're like, well, you're big and you own servers, and you're like a big villain kind of thing. And so we had like a 24/7 round the clock roster of people. This is whenever I realized, so you get in deep, right? This is what happens, is that it happens in increments and shades. Next thing you know, you're so deep in, you don't know where you are. You're looking around and you're like, how the hell did I get here? And so I'm looking around and I'm like, I got to go meet with my Korean translator to talk to the Korean part of the tribe and find out why this person is selling our dinosaurs on Facebook Marketplace. I'm like, at this point, I'm like, what am I doing? Like, what is happening? Why am I even having these conversations? This isn't what I want. And so I slowly I had to extract myself from that. And it's a double-edged sword, because those types of games and experiences, you really fall in love with the people that you play with and you spend time with. Not necessarily the game itself. There's a lot of things to hate about the game, but the relationships you build are meaningful, And so for me, it's always hard cutting ties like that. So I had to quit it eventually, but I still hang out with some of those people, and I'm glad to have met them. But I'll never go back to ARC.
You'll never go back to ARC? No.
I'm never going back to ARC. Not official servers, no. Because I played on official servers and it was too sweaty, and
yeah,
it was bad. It was bad.
Well, Ark isn't exactly what you're more known for. If I was going to pick a game, it would be
No.
Project Zomboid, possibly, is the one. I know very little about this game. Can you tell me about it?
Yeah, well, I'll give you the quick explainer as much as I can, but it's such a. I'll start off with this. It's a very detailed game. A more popular game that might be comparable to it is something like RimWorld, right? Where there are a lot of different systems involved and things that are intertwined in the game, where you have to play a lot in order to just really truly understand it. And then the deeper you go, the more appreciation you have for it. Project Zomboid is a survival sandbox game that's set in a post-zombie apocalypse in Knox County, Kentucky, and it's supposed to be in the 90s. And so there's a lot of 90s era stuff that goes on there, and basically you load in and it's a story about how you died, how your character died. So like right off from the bat, you can tell that there's a lot of opportunity for writing your own story, creating situations to your liking, and really kind of making it whatever you want. And the developers of that game, Indie Stone, have been working on it for quite some time, and they've only made it better. It's one of the few games that whenever people come into my chat and they say, "Hey, should I buy this game?" I'm like, "Yeah, you should." Like, I don't even ask them a question. I'm not like, "Yeah, do you like X, Y, and Z, or do you like how much money do you have?" I'm just like, "Yeah, just do it." And every other game, I have some pause there, but not with Project Zomboid. And so it was really, really a small game. And whenever I started playing it, nobody really streamed it. Very few people. It was a small community, and they're nice people for the most part. Some of them. Turns out some of them actually weren't so nice, but we don't need to go down that route. It's weird. Things are weird. If you're a small streamer out there and you feel like sometimes you're in like a catty community or something, it's okay. It happens. Sometimes people get that way. It's not a forever thing.
Yeah.
But so what happened was I just really loved streaming the game, and I was streaming like these marathon runs, and I was doing challenge runs that were kind of just like month-long things where people would tune in to find out if we were still alive. Was the character still going? Like, what happened? And so we logged a bunch of different deaths that occurred, and we would keep some of the stats of like, this is our 47th attempt, on this series to get this done, stuff like that. And people really enjoyed it, and the community was great, and it was fun. And then the game got a little bit of notoriety when some very, very large streamers started streaming it, like Alan Zoka and some people in the Latin community. I'm trying to think, in like Sequisha and Burt Black, maybe Sheriff Eli, some of those streamers really kind of like elevated its status, I think. Mm-hmm. But the game in itself is fantastic, and it's always been there. It's had the intrinsic value has been strong. But that's what people would mainly know me from, would be Project Zomboid. But even then, if they saw me, I went to San Diego TwitchCon, and again, I'd never streamed to the webcam, and so it wasn't like somebody was gonna like walk up to me and be like, "Hey, that's Vey," like, So if they knew me, it would be probably from a clip where I like accidentally drank bleach and died. It could be from a clip whenever I was like trying to take a screenshot and it paused my game and alt tabbed me and I died.
He's talking about in the game.
Yeah, in the character. Yeah, we're no TOS here. But like I had some pretty like rough gameplay experiences, and people like to see failure, especially if we're having a good run. If they're like, this guy's having too easy of a time, something bad needs to happen to him. And so I've played that role, right? And I enjoy it. I still do.
No, I watched an episode. He was playing Project Zomboid, and he was looking for a can opener, and I'm like, just go to the dollar store. What's wrong with this guy? Not realizing he meant in the game, right?
Listen, that last can of dog food is looking pretty tasty after you've been, without food for months. So, and you got to have a can opener. There's a lot of, anyways. Yeah, there's some small things like that.
Are you playing by yourself, or are there other people that can like come? Can people come into what you've built, your town?
Yes, yeah. So right now, we've been testing out a multiplayer server, and so there's information in my Discord on that. But it is it's pretty hardcore. A lot of people will stop by the channel and ask about what your settings are and things like that. And they're just like, "Oh, okay." And I said, "You know what? Forget it. Just come play, come join me, and we'll have fun together." And it's pretty brutal. But people can play. But that's really one of the main reasons Project Zomboid has catapulted into popularity at this point, is that they finally launched a multiplayer version of the game when it has been mainly single player for the longest time on this latest version. And so, anyways, they're making great strides. Like, I have nothing but nice things to say about that team.
So if I make a character, I can like come into your world and start stealing your stuff, or
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. And there's so much flexibility that I could make it so that you could claim like a safe place where you can keep all your things if you want. Or like, for example, right now, there is no place that's safe. So like if I store some stuff in the fridge and you find it, it's yours if you want it, you know? But there's a lot of, it is probably one of the best sandbox games that I've seen, because it allows so much, it allows so much variable like tweaks that you could make to any type of playstyle that you want, or to achieve any type of playstyle that you want. So, but yeah, there's a lot of similarities. People will make some comparisons to other games like 7 Days to Die, Dwarf Fortress, Cataclysm: Dark Days Ahead is like an old school one that some people bring up often. But yeah, you can join if you want, if you're brave enough.
I know you did a charity stream recently with Gamers Outreach, and it was pretty impressive. Could you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, and I'm sorry that I'm like, I know the chat, my chat always is like, well, that's a giant green cup, and I know, like, I can't help it. I have to do it. Otherwise, I'm gonna start croaking like Froggy over here. Yes, so it was my first charity stream, and I was really excited about it because Gamers Outreach, the specific program that I had partnered with them on, was called their go-kart program. And so what they do is they load up mobile carts that are designed specifically for hospitals, so they can move in and out. They're to a specification that they need to be. They're easily cleaned and sterilized, so that they can take these to hospitals, and it allows kids that are either there for long-term stay, whatever the case may be, could be chemotherapy, immunocompromised, like you name it, right? And it brings a little bit of escapism to a harsh reality. And I've always strived for my channel to be a little bit of escapism from the harsh reality that we live in. And so it felt very, it just felt appropriate for me. You know, I felt a strong connection with that. And so when they approached me about it, I was on board. Like it took me no time at all to jump into that. And we raised a little over $5,000 USD, and so that was pretty amazing.
That is very impressive, especially for a first charity stream. That is a remarkable amount for a first charity stream.
I was absolutely floored, and it was, you know, it's hard to say. Getting partnered on Twitch was an amazing day for me, and it felt fantastic. But it's hard to say that this was not as good or better. Like it really, really felt good. So yeah, I'm super happy about it. And the whole campaign, that, you know, there are a lot of other people that raised money. I want to say they got close to 1 million, maybe even more, for the entire campaign. So it was really, really fantastic to be a part of that. Yes.
So you're a full-time streamer, but also has a full-time life on top of that as well.
Everybody, you know? Just like all of us.
No, not me. I just do the streaming. I don't do the life part. That's how I'm able to organize these streams. But
thank you for organizing this, by the way. It's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, well, thank you for coming on. Is there anything else that you'd like to mention to the audience, or anything that we should look forward to? We're all going to give you a follow right now, obviously, but anything else?
Yeah, okay. Do it at your risk. I stream pretty much every day, as often as I can, usually in the evenings or late North American. And right now I'm on a bit of a New World kick. Listen, I know I said I wasn't going to play Ark again. MMOs in general are tough for me. Again, I get connected with people, and it's hard for me to let go. But I like the people that I'm playing with, so I've been doing a lot of New World late at night. But I'm also going to be mixing it up and going back into like stuff like Project Zomboid, some strategy games like Stellaris. If any of you like 4X games, that's a really fantastic one. When The Long Dark puts out their next chapter, that's another survival game that's fantastic, and the storytelling is amazing. There's a lot of games like that. And if I I don't know. I would love to go back in time and play Tarkov again, but so hardcore shooters are also kind of a thing for me too. But so I do a bit of everything within that area. So that's what's coming up, and it's going to happen pretty much every day until further notice. That's just how it is. Deal with it.
Every day. Well, we look forward to that. We look forward to seeing you every day. And thank you so much for coming on the show and showing us what you got.
Thank you. Have a good one, Soma.
Bye.
Take care, chat.
All right. That is the last of our celebrity guests for the show this evening. Yes. Thank you. Thank you to all the guests who have come on the show this evening. This afternoon, this evening, and today. And now, Shay, thank you for the bits. And now, it's time for you. Yes, do you want to come on this show? I want to have you on. Do you want to be an official guest? Well, guess what? Next episode, this coming Thursday, yes, it's Thanksgiving, all the more reason to watch. Yep, have your phone ready. Guest Star is going mobile. That's right. You will be able to call in through your phone next week. We're running a contest in my Discord starting now. You want a froggy? I want a froggy. You can win a froggy. You can win the Show Me What You Got t-shirt. All you have to do is make your way into my Discord. Make your way into my Discord. There's a Show Me What You Got room. Put the pictures of what you got in there. You can come on the show. Put the pictures of what you got in there. You could be featured. You could also just participate. These are all ways to win. Or, if you don't want to do any of that, and you just want the froggy, right, give me the froggy. And you'll be entered to win. That's right. Next Thursday is a very special Show Me What You Got. Show Me What You Got. Thanksgiving edition. Well, we did it. We made it through our guests. Let's check out the Discord real quick. See if anybody's waiting on deck. See if anyone's made it into the Show Me What You Got room. Anyone's participating? Yep! We got a couple of people. So far, you have a real good chance of winning, let me tell you. Yes! So, that is it for the show today. I'm Soma Green. I'm a Twitch streamer, full time. This is what I do. This is one of my shows, Show Me What You Got. I'm a variety streamer, so I have a lot of different content. Tomorrow, The Devil in Me comes out, so we're going to be playing that. We're also going to have a dance party for it as well. I have a cosplay ready. I have not played the game yet. I just saw some of the art, so I made a cosplay based on that. That's always fun, because it's always interesting to see how accurate or inaccurate my cosplay is. So we're doing that tomorrow. Give me a follow. Thank you for coming in. Thank you for participating. Thank you for being you. I'm gonna roll the credits now. If you're one of my patrons, it is Thursday. So it is Patreon night tonight. I will see you in a little under 2 hours if you're one of my patrons. If you're one of my VIP patrons, we are moving that stream, the private streams that I do, it's going to be on the Wednesday before Thanksgiving instead of Thanksgiving. Because I assume you'll be busy on Thanksgiving and or you'll be watching my show. Because we're still going to do Show Me What You Got. Thank you for the cheers, Shay. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for being a part of this. I love you. Take care of yourselves. And have a good night. Let's raid!